And we're live. Hey guys, and welcome to today's stream.
Poggers.
Today we're joined by, an unusual face, I would say at the least. But he's here. Let's see. Today we're playing Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe. Apparently there's no edition. But this is a game that's been in
the emails they send me, I swear, have said edition. So
doesn't matter. This game has been in development for 3 years. For those of you who don't know, that this is a remake of a game that came out in like 2013, I believe.
And remake is the right word, but
either way, they redid the game, so there's more endings and stuff. You'll see what kind of game it is as we head into it. But basically, they announced this game back in 2019, and then they said they're gonna release it 2020. But then the fans were like, "Oh, we should spend more time on the game," so they said they're gonna release the game in 20. No wait. They announced the game in 2018. Said they're going to release in 2019. Fans said it should take longer, and they said that they're going to release it in 2020. After that, they said they're going to... It became 2022, and now they just barely announced the game.
You hear sound?
No, there's probably nothing playing.
Okay.
Yeah, let's head into it. Yes. I heard something.
You hear something? I can't hear anything. Sprita.
Can you hear stuff now?
Uh-uh.
You can't hear anything?
Uh-uh. The desktop can't hear anything either. Oh, wait, yeah.
I hear stuff.
Huh?
Are your headphones on? Is that a thing?
I hear it. I hear it all.
Great.
Okay. My volume slider was
I'm
down.
just gonna leave it here. I like things being slightly more visible than they're meant to be. 7:53
Sheeshers.
p.m. I'd probably go backwards. No!
You need to change it to PM with this one.
Fuck!
There you go. Wait. No. Oh.
It's fine. You don't have to match it up exactly. Accessibilities. Don't games just have the ability to access the clock on a computer? Whatever.
Yeah. I don't know.
Guess they didn't want to. Settings. Go into the settings real quick. I don't know why, but that was probably don't need to be changed. Resolution. Which resolution is it? That's probably all fine. It's not like this is an intense game. Space, left control, interact. Do we always interact in this game? I don't remember being able to do that.
Yeah, I think so.
I thought you just went up and left clicked on stuff though. Alright. Yeah, start it. So Critch and I have both played the original game.
I remember one thing, maybe.
I remember a few things.
This is the story of a man named
Watch
Stanley.
this.
Stanley worked for a company in a big building where he was employee number 427.
And if you'll notice, the game was released
Employee
on
number
April
427's
27th.
job was simple.
Oh shit.
He sat at his desk in room 427 and he pushed buttons on a keyboard. Orders came to him through a monitor on his desk, telling him what buttons to push, how long to push them, and in what order. This is what employee 427 did every day of every month of every year. And although others might have considered it soul-rending, Stanley relished every moment that the orders came in, as though he had been made exactly for this job. And Stanley was happy.
Oh yes, I can really see the work they've put
And
in the
then
past
one
3
day,
years.
something very peculiar happened. Something that would forever change Stanley. Something he would never quite forget.
Stanley was
He
high
had been at his
definition.
desk for nearly an hour when he realized that not one single order had arrived on the monitor for him to follow. No one had showed up to give him instructions, call a meeting, or even say hi. Never in all his years at the company had this happened, this complete isolation. Something was very clearly wrong. Shocked, frozen solid, Stanley found himself unable to move for the longest time. But as he came to his wits and regained his senses, he got up from his desk and stepped out of his office.
Honestly, I don't think I remember a lot about this game. But
From
for
the very
now,
start, no.
From now, let's do a playthrough and let's try to do something new, something that wouldn't have seen in the first game.
Okay.
That'll be our goal as we play through the game today. Obviously, trying to get new endings.
There we go. Underneath there. Just need some else. Okay.
I mean, you could shift it over to the left more and move your phone.
Oh, Stanley left his office.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo. No matter how hard Stanley looked, he couldn't find a trace of his Stanley went around touching every little thing in the office, but it didn't make a single difference, nor did it advance the story in any way.
So this is a game that basically has multiple endings, and it's just entirely based on what you choose to do, but the narrator is very witty, which is what makes this game, I think, incredibly popular, and I don't know, I think it blew up. I think it did well.
Yeah.
They did it again at the very least. But
I'll do an obedient.
yeah,
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
I don't know if you have to do obedient, but like let's not like examine everything in the first row. Let's try a run through.
Crazy. Oh,
Yeah.
let's just run it through. Let's just be obedient.
All right.
Yet there was not a single person
The
here
desk
either.
is changed. It's now
Feeling a
clear
wave
glass
of
in the middle.
disbelief, Stanley
different?
decided to go
Yeah.
up to his boss's
so.
office, hoping he might find an answer there.
That's the
This
same
solves
slide.
a dispute with a coworker. Let it ball up inside you. Take it out passive-aggressively on other coworkers. Resent coworkers for not supporting you more. Slides to assure employees that are okay. Make sure your slide has a thick blue graphic in the header, and throw some bevel on all the text. This will ensure a calm and productive environment. Everyone is unique. You, most of Who, me? To do, synergize core value. Shift global market.
Okay, what I missed? You have not missed anything. We started the game, stood up from our desk,
Yep.
and now we're just
The
walking
desk
through.
is clear. Years of development
Oh, I
for
can
transparent assets.
Indeed. The lighting, next level. Now this is one of the parts I remember from the original game. The broom closet. The best ending in the game, IMO.
Should we do it now or do we come back?
I don't know. It's
Come back.
kind of
Come back
a
to the
long-winded one,
Yeah.
you know?
Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
You can do what you want, honestly.
I'm doing what I want.
Alright.
I'm an obedient worker.
You know? Just nothing seems different so far. All feels the same.
There's.
That's the bathroom, yep.
I got the feeling money's for stealing, but not yours, of course. So that's a lovely.
You can say that's a lovely purse.
Say that's a lovely purse. I thought it. Like rhyme? Or something?
I don't think so. I think it's just saying, I don't know what it's supposed
Feeling and stealing rhymes, course and purse don't really rhyme.
Yeah,
That's
you
why I
know,
started singing it.
soft
then It
rhyme.
didn't work.
Wow, this game hits different now that I'm back in the office. Wow, I bet.
That's true.
Going up to your boss's place, examining his bathroom.
If this was if this was the downstairs, oh,
You're locked in.
if that was the downstairs of my work facility and then my boss's area was this, it would be a problem.
I don't think there's much you
just
could do,
work
even
and-
if it was a
I know,
problem.
but can you imagine somewhere like that? Like, crazy. Okay.
I mean, hey, this is where the important people come talk to important.
Stepping
talk
into
about
his
important
manager's
things.
office,
Wow.
Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an indication of any human life. Shocked, unraveled, Stanley wondered in disbelief who orchestrated this. What dark secret was being held from him? What he could not have known was that the keypad behind the boss's desk guarded the terrible truth that his boss had been keeping from him. And so the boss had assigned it an extra secret PIN number, 2845.
Dang, I thought it
But
was
of course,
2815.
Stanley
I was
couldn't
close.
possibly have known this.
Couldn't remember.
3 years. Can't play the piano.
I don't remember if that piano was always there.
Stanley just sat around twiddling his thumbs. Trying to input anything on the device was useless, since he could never possibly know that the combination was 2845.
Said 2745.
Don't worry, get it wrong enough times and then
2845.
You'll open it anyway.
Oh. So what happens?
He'll open it anyway if you get it.
Spoilers! What?
Do you not remember this?
No, we're
Come
explaining
on.
it.
I'm trying to find the new stuff.
1, 2, 3, 4. It's honestly been so long, it's like I'm playing it for the first
Forgot,
time.
but it turns out that the panel's emergency override kicked in, and the door just opened all by itself. And Stanley got the hell along with the story. Well, whoop-de-doo.
You know, it's just like Overwatch 2. Looks the same.
Same game. Cool. Where am I supposed to go?
In the elevator.
There's no floor!
Of course there's a floor.
Is that really what I have to do?
Yes. I mean, you literally said you get in the elevator.
Oh no. What the? There is a floor.
Yes.
Oh, looks like there was no floor.
The power of light.
Yeah. Loading, loading, loading.
Descending deeper into the building, Stanley realized he felt a bit peculiar. It was a stirring of emotion in his chest, as though he felt more free to think for himself, to question the nature of his job. Why did he feel this now, when for years it had never occurred to him? This question would not go unanswered for long.
Oh, this
Stanley walked straight ahead through the large door that read
Hell no,
Mind Control Facility.
Okay.
Oh boy, it's time for the big reveal.
Push the button. What does that say?
Two two six 128 156 7332 106.
It's the list of all the employees.
116. Naruhodo. What does this say? According to my husband, has been easier. Attending to my husband has been easier than I was afraid it would be. Yes, there's days when it requires more strength than usual to keep going. I'm still getting increasingly more sick. Nothing will change that, but it's not so bad, really. All I have to do is to dote on him and try to anticipate his desires, and he's happy with me, no abuse or anything. Sure, it's not as if I like him. He's an ugly 40-year-old man who cares only about politics and never tells me anything. Love, well, that's certainly no concern. I don't know where I ever got the impression that that was something that could happen in a marriage. I thought it was something from the past, but, well, I was young before I got put in stasis. It must have been a mistake of childhood. So long as I'm told, I'm not mistreated like I was by my sister. And sleeping with him feels good. I really hope I don't get pregnant soon. I don't want that to stop. Doing that is really the only thing that makes me actually happy these days. Well, that and Jay Hua's talks with me. She's nice. She keeps me company when I stay up to wait for his return. She fetches servants to take me to bed on something.
The lore. You're gonna read every single one of these?
If they're legible. That's illegible. Probably could if this was on a bigger screen.
You'd have to turn up the resolution more, but yeah. I don't even know if they're allowed the resolution to go any higher.
So, a lady who hates her husband but loves sex. Okay.
The lights rose on an enormous room packed with television screens. What horrible secret did this place hold? Stanley thought to himself. Did he have the strength to find out?
How are you reading that? That's superhuman vision.
Superhuman. Did you know Stanley has 20/25/20? What is it? I don't know how it works.
2020's.
20/20 is you see at 20 feet what a normal person sees at 20 feet.
Yep,
So,
so
if you're
40/20.
Yeah, you're 40/20. That means that at 40 feet you see what as well as someone could see it at 40/20 Stanley. Boy, observation protocol. I know I got on that desk somehow last time.
Yeah, I mean, you can't really
Here,
jump.
here's a big one. If, despite adherence to the protocol, an employee leaves the office during work hours and system loop has failed, you must terminate. Please note that employee 432 is a test case. While they need for the protocol 2A may seem unlikely, procedure 2A to 2C need not apply. In the event of 432 attempting to leave the office, contact supervisor, then contact 432 prize pool. If a monitoring screen fails to internalize contact maintenance and temporarily switch control over to desk screen. In the case of a Class 4 event, close system gates and consult supervisor. In the case of a Class 3 event, close system gates and consult with supervisor. Prime your consoles for info dump.
You guys couldn't see this, but as Crit was trying to jump, it gave us an achievement that, you know, you can't jump. And then we also got an achievement for getting our first achievement.
Wait, we got an achievement saying you can't jump?
Yeah.
For pressing spacebar? That's actually pretty funny. Is there a teabagging achievement? Oh, okay, let's press the button. Those are the employees, I was gonna say. Those numbers are gonna come in handy.
Now the monitors jumped to life, their true nature revealed. Each
Pirates.
bore the number of an
Pirates.
employee in the
This reminds me
building,
of,
Stanley's
Incredibles.
co-workers. The lives of so many individuals reduced to images on a
Terminate.
screen, and Stanley, one of them, eternally monitored in this place where freedom meant nothing.
Interesting how one of them says pirates.
Or
Turn around. Up. Right there. Oh, right. It was right. You missed it. It was at
Oh.
the very top.
up there?
Right there, that one, yeah. The one that's slightly above the rest.
Pirate.
And there's that glitched out screen, which is 2, 3, 4. That might be important.
Where's 420? Oh, it's like right here. It's like a smiley face. Dead smiley face. 420.
Oh. You did it. You found 420.
Oh, I want to see what it's,
It's a normal
Just like a
desk.
big-
Wow.
big cannabis.
What did you want to? What did you want to display it?
I don't know, some weed or something. I don't know, something amazing, I guess.
This mind control facility, it was too horrible to believe. It couldn't be true. Had Stanley really been under someone's control all this time? Was this the only reason he was happy with his boring job? That his emotions had been manipulated to accept it blindly? No, he refused to believe it. He couldn't accept it. His own life in someone else's control? Never! It was unthinkable, wasn't it? Was it even possible? Had he truly spent his entire life utterly blind to the world? But here was the proof, the heart of the operation. Controls labeled with emotions, happy or sad or content. Walking, eating, working, all of it monitored and commanded from this very place. And as the cold reality of his past began to sink in, Stanley decided that this machinery would never again exert its terrible power over another human life. For he would dismantle the controls once and for all.
Is there like a take over the world option with this stuff, or?
I mean, since you clearly don't remember, I'll just let you experience it for yourself, you know?
Yeah, I really don't.
I remember the old days when I ran around in this room.
Making noises. Activate power facility. Five. Is there a 1? Like, press the buttons, 1 to 5?
Alright, here we go.
It's new?
Nope.
Well, why are you saying, alright, here we go?
Here we go.
You're Tom's giving me all these spoilers. Just let me play. Let me experience it. Now I'm not gonna do it. Gosh.
Perfect. It's like I'm the narrator and he's
How do you
Stanley.
remember all this stuff?
I played the game.
I played it too.
I have a memory. What do you want from me?
Yes, yeah.
And when at last he found the source of the room's power, he knew it was his duty, his obligation, to put an end to this horrible place and to everything it stood for.
What if this was actually just the same game? It was just a giant April Fool's joke. Nothing's actually different.
$25 cash grab. They're never gonna develop anything ever again. They just betray the community. Okay. One, two. before. I can't get up there.
Backseat gaming, SMH. This is what having a second person around means. This is the role of the person who sits in at the seat of the right. They're here to backseat game.
Right seat gaming. You know what Stanley thinks? He thinks the power, the possibility. He's gonna turn it on.
Let's get to his head.
Take over the world.
Oh, Stanley, you didn't just activate the controls, did you? After they kept you enslaved all these years, you go and you try to take control of the machine for yourself. Is that what you want?
He knows! Yes?
Oh, Stanley, I applaud your effort, I really do. But you need to understand, there's only so much that machine can do.
Only you know.
You were supposed to let it go, turn the controls off, and leave. If you want to throw my story off track, you're going to have to do much better than that. I'm afraid you don't have nearly the power you think you do. For example, and I believe you'll find this pertinent, Stanley suddenly realized he had just initiated the network's emergency detonation system. In the event that this machine is activated without proper DNA identification, nuclear
out of my
detonators are
head!
set to explode, eliminating the entire complex. How long until detonation then? Let's say,
There's the 3.
2 minutes.
2 minutes.
Ah, now this is making things a little
code.
more fun, isn't it, Stanley?
0521.
It's your time to shine. You are the star. It's your story now. Shape it to your heart's desires.
2 minutes.
Oh,
This
this
is
is
what you've
much
always
better
wanted.
than what I had in
Sprint.
mind. What a
Sprint.
shame we have so little time left to enjoy it. Mere moments until the bomb goes off. But what precious moments each one of them is. More time to talk about you.
There's no 0.
About
I want to
me,
do 0521.
where we're going, what all this means. I barely know where to start. What's that? You'd like to know where your co-workers are? A moment of solace before you're obliterated?
Fail safe.
All right, I'm in a good mood. You're gonna die anyway. I'll tell you exactly what happened to them. I erased them. I turned off the machine. I set you free. Of course, that was merely in this instance of the story. Sometimes when I tell it, I simply let you sit there in your office forever, pushing buttons endlessly and then dying alone. Other
press
times,
1.
I let the office sink into the ground,
Press any key to
swallowing
send power.
everyone inside, or I let it burn to a crisp. I have to say this, though, this version of events has been rather amusing. Watching you try to make sense of everything and take back the control wrested away from you, it's
pressed
quite
1.
rich. I almost hate to see it go. But I'm sure whatever I come up with on the next go-around will be even better. My goodness, only 34 seconds left.
Oh my
But I'm
gosh.
enjoying this so much. You know what? To hell with it. I'm going to put
Button
some
hit.
extra
2.
time on the clock. Why not?
Just for you.
These are precious additional seconds, Stanley. Time doesn't grow on trees.
2. I'm
Oh,
pressing
dear
it.
me, what's the matter, Stanley? Is it that you have no idea where you're going or
No,
what you're
I
supposed to be
have
doing right
everything.
now?
I know what I'm doing.
Or did you just assume when you saw that timer that something in this room was capable of turning it on?
No.
I mean, look at you. Running from button to button,
No.
screen to screen, clicking on every little thing in this room. These numbered buttons, no, these colored ones. Or maybe this big red button, or this door.
Stop it.
Everything, anything,
Or-
something here will save me. Why would you think that, Stanley? That this video game can be beaten? Won? Solved? Do you have any idea what your purpose in this place is? Stanley, you're in for quite a disappointment. But here's a spoiler for you. That timer isn't a catalyst to keep the action moving along. It's
Fine.
just seconds ticking away to your death.
No.
You're
Button
only
hit.
still playing instead of watching a cutscene because I want to watch you for every
You have 3
moment that
attempts
you're
remaining.
powerless. To see you made humble. This is not a challenge. It's a tragedy. You wanted to control this world, that's fine. But I'm going to destroy it first.
Goodbye,
So
what?
you can't.
No.
Take a look at the clock, Stanley. That's 30 seconds you have left to struggle. 30 seconds until a big boom and then
If I
nothing.
failed, so
No
something.
ending here. Just you being blown to pieces. Will you cling desperately to your frail life? or will you let it go peacefully? Another choice? Make it count. Or don't. It's all the same to me. All a part of the joke. And believe me, I will be laughing at every second of your inevitable life from the moment
that's
you
part of my run!
until the moment I say, happily ever after.
I wanted to hold still and you moved the mouse?
Yep.
Backseat gaming, even to touching my controls. Out of all people,
Alright.
Thomas, you should know that every input matters.
All right. Man, even back then they knew.
Wait, is this where you always start?
Yeah.
Okay.
Move out of my way. Let me show you how it's done.
Read me like a book, huh?
Stick it to the narrator.
Everything I thought I was doing so cleverly, like taking control, he just said, "Oh, you thought you could take control of it."
So I will say that was an original. That was not original ending. That
All
was
of
back
his
in the game.
co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo. No matter how hard Stanley looked, he couldn't find a trace of his co-workers.
All right, that's probably just the same ending.
Is this what you sit in?
Yeah.
It's like so tilted downwards. I'm like slipping out of it. And it's like tilted to the left.
That's probably because I lean so much.
How do you sit in this?
I just sit in it, man.
Oh my gosh.
When Stanley
Thomas,
came to a
back.
set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his
All
left.
right, let's stick it to the
This was
narrator.
not the correct way to the meeting room, and
Take some
Stanley knew it
revenge.
perfectly
He thinks
well.
he knows what I'm doing.
Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it.
Anarchy!
Truly a room worth admiring. It had really been worth the detour after all, just to spend a few moments here in this immaculate, beautifully constructed room. Stanley simply stood here, drinking it all
Standing on
in.
it? Yeah. Interesting.
But
Alright.
eager to get back to business, Stanley took the first open door on his left.
Anarchy!
Stanley was so bad at following directions, it's incredible he wasn't fired years ago.
So I'm curious about the fact that if you can
Look,
change,
Stanley, I think perhaps we've
or if
gotten
you
off
can
on the wrong
successfully
foot
defuse
here.
the
I'm not your
self-destruct
enemy,
sequence.
really, I'm not.
Because,
I
mean,
realize
back in
that
the original
investing
game,
your
but
trust in someone
that was
else
literally
can
just
be
there to troll
difficult,
you.
but the fact is that the story has been about nothing but you all this
Which way do I
time.
want to go?
There's someone you've been neglecting,
here?
Stanley.
Yeah, why not?
Someone you've forgotten about. What? Really? I was in the middle of something. Do you have zero consideration for others? Are you that convinced that I want something bad to happen to you?
Yes.
Why, I don't know how to convince you of this, but I really do want to help you, to show you something beautiful. Look, let me prove it.
I know you're
Let me
working against
prove
me,
that
narrator.
I'm on your side. Give me a chance.
The moment I give you a chance is the moment you sweep the rug out from under me. Danger everywhere. Nowhere safe. It's a sign. Can't trust the narrator. Where's the new endings?
Let it come, Thomas.
I can't. Gotta find them. Gotta seek the adventure.
Man, you remember too much. I could have played this alone.
Honestly.
Now listen carefully, this is important. Stanley walked through the red door.
Anarchy!
No. Here's where I
Oh,
walk through the
thank
red
God
door.
you are willing to listen to me. Do you see that I really have wanted you to be happy all this time? The problem is all these choices. The two of us always trying to get somewhere that isn't here. Running and running and running, just the
Look,
way you're
he
doing
stopped me
right
in a
now.
circle.
Don't you see that
I'm
it's
trapped.
killing us, Stanley? I wanted to stop. We would both be so much happier if we just stopped. And I think I have a solution. Here, let me show you.
They're both the same door. Alright, stick it to me. Oh, what is this?
It's Beat
What
Saber!
do we want? What are we looking for?
This looks different. Now I recognize this, I will say. Wait, no, wait.
Here.
I recognize this.
Yes. Oh, it's beautiful, isn't it? If we just stay
Enjoy
right
it.
here,
Ah!
right in this... No, wait. Where are you going?
Sticking it to the
I
narrator.
agree with you, Mr. Narrator. This guy...
Oh, no. Stay away from those stairs. If you hurt yourself, if you die, the game will reset. We'll lose all of this.
Anarchy!
Please, no, Stanley, let me stay here. Don't take this from me.
Anarchy!
Please, Stanley, think... No!
Anarchy!
Oh man, what a
Oh.
sturdy.
What?
What a sturdy
Thank
human
God.
being.
You live. No. No, no. What are you doing, Stanley? Please, I'm asking you not to take this away from me. I can't go back to what I was before. If you die, we'll both go back. Why are you doing this?
Here we go.
Stanley, let's go back to the other room. Can you do that for me?
And this is where he let down his guard.
Perhaps you can. Perhaps you finally see what I'm talking about.
It's beautiful, Thomas. Enjoy it.
Yeah, the great looking room. Really appreciate the architecture and the lighting. Alright, well, enjoyed enough of that. Here we go. Back we go.
I know you'll see that we can't be happy if we leave this place. You can see that, can't you?
Nope, I can't see it. I'm sorry
That
to say.
clicking noise is Thomas spam interacting.
Yes. This is how you play this game.
No, perhaps not.
Right there in the corner. That's something.
Yes, it's the next character.
Interact with it.
It's Stacy.
Stacy's bearable. So ominous.
My God, is this really how much you dislike my game? That you'll throw yourself from this platform over and over to be rid of it? You are literally willing to kill yourself to keep me from being happy.
Wow, when you put it
Am
that
I
way.
reading the situation correctly?
When you put it that way, I mean, yes.
Or maybe you're just getting a kick out of it. I don't know anymore.
No,
I
it's the
just
first
wanted
one.
us to get along. But I guess that was too much to ask. It looks like you wanted to make a choice after all. Well, this one is yours.
Give me new content. Lead me to the new content narrator.
Stairway to new content.
Is it over?
Finally.
It's going to restart, isn't it?
Time for some new
I'm going
content.
back.
Man, they really knew back in the day. The end is never the end. It's never the end. It's never the end.
Never the end. Ugh.
Alright, well,
Poor narrator.
so far we have discovered nothing.
Right time.
No. It is certainly not 10.
Why'd they even ask?
Don't ask me. Maybe if you start playing
All
the
of his
game at a
co-workers were
specific
gone.
time,
What
you
could
can
it
do anything.
mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
The gasp.
No matter how hard Stanley looked,
I turned the
he
computer
couldn't
off.
find a trace of his co-workers.
Interacted.
Congratulations, you have interacted.
Waiting input.
Input received.
I do a little research.
What? Don't Google stuff.
I mean, how else are we supposed to find it?
No! I swear to God, Thomas, if you Google stuff, I'll just leave. You gotta experience this the way it was meant to be experienced.
I need a little hint of where to go.
No, we'll figure it out. What's the point then? Literally, what's the point? You might as well just go watch someone play it then.
No. It's just a little nudge in the right direction. So I know that I'm doing something right.
How to use help window, exe.
I'm onto something here. Input received. I wonder if this carries over between runs.
Stanley went around touching
Yeah,
every
huh?
little thing in the office, but it didn't make a single difference.
Oh, well.
Nor did it
Cheating.
advance the story in any
You know,
way.
on the Ace Attorney stream, I cheat all the
Gosh.
time.
I should have done my research before I decided to make an appearance here.
True.
Not uphold the ethics that I find ethical.
All right, I'll give it until we've done.
I like work. I just hate my boss.
If we've done 10 runs without finding anything new, I'm gonna look something up.
That's cheating, Thomas. Shaking my head. See?
I'm a cheater. What do you want?
I'm a winner.
I win through cheating.
Move, chair! 5th Annual Subcommittee Meeting of Internal Revenue Analysis for Committees of the Royal Revenue Discussion Club. The committee hereby proposes the following. That all internal revenues be reviewed exclusively by internal members of royally appointed subcommittees. That human beings, excepting the members of the 5th Annual Subcommittee Meeting of the Internal Revenue Analysis for Committees of the Royal Revenue Discussion Club, smell. 3. Dude, I am so wasted right now. Hereby, the following members approve this statement. P.S. No girls. Misogyny.
Reporting
my
for mod
favorite.
duty. Anyone who posts any messages after me will get banned. Good. I'm glad you're doing your job. Ban them all, even though YouTube
Knowing
has no
your city.
ban function.
Before you can possibly know where to begin your new street vending operation, you first have to get to know your city. I'll use Georgetown as an example in this book, but in order to really get the knowledge, it's best to go explore.
I will say though, honestly, why does YouTube not have a ban function? It only has the ability to time out users.
Really?
Yeah.
Can you time them out forever?
No.
Oh.
New content! There we go. Wow, guess I'm leaving. Finally. You just had to discover it. See, I'm telling you.
When Stanley came
No,
to a
it
set of
closes?
2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
Guess I get to experience the new content. Poggers. Thanks for leaving it fresh for me.
I just wanted to get
New content.
Nope,
The content
nope.
we've all
I'm
been
gonna
waiting
find
for.
new content this way.
You know, entirely possible. There's no way all the new content is just down
This
that
was
one
not the
path,
correct way
right?
to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well.
Wow.
Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it.
No, it's okay. He's just looking out for his streamer, you know? The streamer's gotta
Yeah,
do
Thomas
the new
has to
content.
get the content.
Of course, of
They
course.
don't- It's not called It's not called Steel Slayer Reacts. It's called Dicosmos Reacts.
Still gets it wrong, but you know.
In the contract that I signed to appear here, specifically stated I wasn't allowed to consume new content on my playthroughs. Only there as a secondary voice
Wow.
to aid
Yes. This room.
Dicosmos' discovery of
What
said
a
new
beautiful
content.
room. What a gorgeous, gorgeous room.
And to read papers.
Thank goodness Stanley had taken this detour on his way to the meeting room.
can't-
Life without having experienced this room was now too horrible even to consider.
I just want to get the proper orientation to read this. Oh, perfect. Oh, my. A brief history of the relations between Poland and Austria-Hungary.
Yes.
By
Really,
Wickham Steed.
really worth it being here in the room. A room so utterly captivating that even though all your co-workers have mysteriously vanished, here you sit looking at these chairs and some
I
paintings.
technically jumped.
Really
Oh, I'm on
worth
top!
it.
I made it. Okay.
Honestly, who needs coworkers when you got this room?
Instead, I accidentally
At
delete
this
the entire
point,
map.
Stanley's obsession
In
with this
a
room
blind
bordered on
panic.
creepy and reflected poorly
Dicosmos
on his
fan
overall
69420.
personality. It's possible
Can I
that
not
this is why
get a nip
everyone
slip on
left.
stream? Ooh.
Is that against TOS?
Probably not for guys, let's be honest.
There you go.
Stanley
You didn't
sat
even get that,
around
it's for
waiting for
charity.
more dialogue.
Yeah.
I hate
But
charity.
when a
Why
long
did I
time
do
had
that?
passed and
Wow.
there was no more, he decided that the game
Man,
was
I've been
trying
getting
to
so
send
many
him
good
a
clips
message.
lately. Someone clip that.
I was like,
Both the nip slip and the line.
I'll farm Thomas's donos. I can do this. Our only option. Can we up the resolution here?
I asked if you could at the very beginning.
Resolution.
down.
Res X Res.
Oh, that's a good resolution.
It's just, high
Yeah, it was already on
anti-aliasing
high. That's not
to
gonna help.
smooth pixelated edges. Ah,
Lamau.
fine. 40/20. Just gotta rub my eyes a little bit.
Who the heck is Cosmos fan 69420? I love how I can't even tell who the heck is
Oh my gosh, it actually works. The rubbing eyes. Almost everyone is human, which means that almost everyone makes mistakes. Sure, the gain of making a hold on. It's working.
Okay, well,
Be
clipped,
wretched
thank you.
through now, but
Anyway,
it's
whoever
even more
donated,
painful
thank you for donating.
to have something your mistake to others. Today, I'm going to show you how to communicate your errors in your. First, let's look at. I can't. Okay, it did work. I was never able to read any of that, and then I just gave the old peepers a little rub, and actually, it seriously worked.
But at last, he'd had enough of the amazing room and took the first open door on his left to get back to business.
What decision are you gonna make? Where will you go?
All wrong.
And so he detoured
It
through
was
the
Tyler.
maintenance section, walked
Might as
straight
well have
ahead to
been.
the opposite door, and got back on track.
It's the meeting room. you went right back on track.
Oh, this is the other door.
Where you make the decision originally.
Yaruhodo.
Anyway, in these spare
Yet
moments,
there was not a single person here either.
we've all
Feeling a
heard before. In these
wave
spare
of
moments, you know, if
disbelief,
you have any money to
Stanley
donate,
decided to go
just
up
like
to his
that
boss's
Cosmos
office,
Fan
hoping he
69420 has
might
done.
find an answer
Feel free to
there.
click that link down in the description below and donate some money.
Sorry, no nip slips for charity. Push for funding for research and development of new coffee machine.
Get Chris out of the broom closet. Gotta save Chris.
Stand. Yeah, maybe I'll just hit the broom ending.
Gotta save Chris.
That's the only one I
Mystery
remember.
ruined.
There's
Sad.
obviously got to be new content.
I know. Would you wail for Thomas if he showed up in a gotcha game? Interesting concept.
I'd wail for Thomas.
Do I wail
But
for
did it
you?
always say broom closet?
Of course, it's always a broom closet.
Stanley stepped into the broom closet, but there was nothing here.
Where's
So he
Chris?
turned around and got back
Nope.
on track.
There's new content here.
Chris has discovered the secret way out.
I can taste it.
There's a hidden exit.
There was nothing here. No choice to make, no path to follow. Just an empty broom closet. No reason to still be here.
You heard the narrator. Are you not gonna trust the narrator?
It was baffling that Stanley was still just sitting in the
Let's work
broom
towards our
closet.
teabag.
He
Actually,
wasn't
he's
even
teabagging.
doing anything.
Yeah.
At least if there was something to interact with, he'd be justified in some way. As it is, he's literally just standing there doing sweet FA.
FA.
Sweet.
Sweet FA? Hey chat, what is sweet FA?
Are you really still in the broom closet? Standing around doing nothing?
Hey, yeah. what the
Why?
heck? Sweet.
Please offer me some
perfection.
explanation here. I'm genuinely confused.
Explanation for the closet. I am doing closet laps. I'm trying to get a new PB.
I can't even
You
imagine
do
what the aim would
realize
be
there's no
in the
choice
FA.
or anything in here, right?
Sweet.
If I'd said
or all sweet
Stanley
or
walked
not.
past the broom
Probably
closet,
not.
at least you would have had a reason for exploring it to find out.
Sweet.
But it didn't even occur to me because literally this closet is of absolutely no significance to the story whatsoever.
That's what someone who didn't
I
want
never
me to
would
be
have
in the
thought
closet
to
would
mention
say.
it.
Why is this a...
Maybe
It's
to you
radioactive
this is
rope.
somehow its own branching path. Maybe when you go talk about this with your friends, you'll say, "Oh, did you get the broom closet ending?
Wow, not a
the
committed
broom
fan."
closet ending was my favorite." I hope your friends find this concerning.
Nah, me and all my friends would know the broom closet. The broom closet ending is the best. If this
Stanley was
Twitch, I
fat
could
and
lock
ugly
the
and
chat
really, really
since he wants
stupid.
subs.
He probably only got the job because of a family connection. That's how stupid he is. That or with drug money. Also,
think-
Stanley is addicted to drugs and hookers.
YouTube, you can make the chat actually only to people that are members.
Well, I've come to a
Which
very
I actually
definite
no, you can't do that
conclusion
for
about
mine
what's going on
since I
right
literally
now.
can't have members yet because I
You're
can't get
dead.
monetized yet.
You got to this broom closet, explored it a bit, and were just about to leave because there's nothing here, when a physical malady of some sort shut down your central nervous system and you collapsed on the keyboard. Well, in a situation like this, the responsible thing is to alert someone nearby so as to ensure that your body is taken care
think
of
this is
before
YouTube.
it begins to decompose. Hello? Anyone who happens to be nearby?
Yes, I happen
the
to be
person at
nearby.
this computer is dead. They have fallen prey to any number of your countless human physiological vulnerabilities.
That is so
It's
unfortunate.
indicative of the long-term sustainability of your species. Please remove their corpse from the area and instruct another human to take their place, making sure they understand basic first-person video game mechanics and filling them in on the history of narrative tropes in video gaming, so that the irony and insightful commentary of this game is not lost on them. All right, when you've done that, just step out into the hallway.
Alright. We found a new human to take its place. They have been prepped on first-person gaming narrative.
Ah, yes.
And
the irony will not be lost on me.
Everything that else that he wanted from this person.
No, the new ending is staying in here.
You know, he did instruct the new person to leave the closet.
Yeah, it's no new person.
Surely this is where the new content is.
Surely.
Despite, like, eventually he's gonna say, well, I really didn't think you would open up the door so many times. Really, Stanley? Did you think that would be a new ending? Because it is. I'm gonna get transported somewhere. Ready? 5 more. Surely it's about to happen.
I'm ready for it.
Here we go.
Maybe it's 420
One,
times.
2,
427.
3, 4.
This is the content you all came for.
5.
I hope you're all ready for a nice long ride.
I'm not committed enough.
Ah, second player. It's good to have you on board. I guarantee you can't do any worse than the person who came before you.
Are you sure?
Are you sure about that?
You too.
And I took that. And I took that personally.
I'm at the mercy of an entire species of invalids. Perhaps there's a monkey nearby you can hand the controls to.
I didn't know he does
a
it
fish,
again.
fungus. Look, you can hammer out the details. I'm not particularly picky. I'll just be waiting for when you're ready to pick up the story again.
Peak content.
You're right. Gonna close the door on me?
Coming to a staircase, Stanley walks upstairs to his boss's office.
What is the move from here is the question. What do you do?
My crouch! Come on!
He's gonna glitch through the wall using some speed hacks. Problem Chris, new content to
Yes! New content. Hi, Lonnie. I wrote this in first period and left it in your locker on the way to school. It's what all the cool kids are doing, I decided. Write me back. Also, here's an idea for something to draw. 2 cats on a motorcycle. Hey, this is a good idea. What all the cool kids are actually doing is sending each other pages in their beepers. But we're cooler than them because guess what? They can't put this paper on a beeper. And it's a cat on a motorcycle. This game made in the 70s? Pagers. Who, Megalaw? Wait.
But Stanley just couldn't do it. He considered the possibility of facing his boss. Admitting he had left his post during work hours, he might be fired for that. And in such a competitive economy, why had he taken that risk? All because he believed everyone had vanished? His boss would think he was crazy. And then something occurred to Stanley. Maybe, he thought to himself, maybe I am crazy. All of my co-workers blinking mysteriously out of existence in a single moment for no reason at all? None of it made any logical sense. And as Stanley pondered this, he began to make other strange observations.
Oh man, that guy's
For example,
battery's gonna die.
why couldn't he see his feet when he looked down? Why did doors close automatically behind him wherever he went?
How about that?
And for that matter, these rooms were starting to look pretty familiar. Were they simply repeating? No, Stanley said to himself, this is all too strange. This can't be real. And at last, he came to the conclusion that had been on the tip of his tongue.
I'm in a
He
video
just
game.
hadn't found the words for it. I'm dreaming! He yelled. This is all a dream. Oh, what a relief Stanley felt to have finally found an answer, an explanation. His co-workers weren't actually gone.
These are all
He wasn't
papers
going
I've
to
already
lose
read,
his
I think,
job.
and
He
attempted
wasn't
to read.
crazy after all. And he thought to himself, I suppose I'll wake up soon. I'll have to go back to my boring real-life job pushing buttons. I may as well enjoy this while I'm still lucid.
Dream
So,
sequence is the worst
he
ending.
imagined himself flying and began to gently float above the ground.
What?
Then he imagined himself soaring through space on a magical starfield, and it too appeared. It was so much fun, and Stanley marveled that he had still not woken up. How was he remaining so lucid? And then perhaps the strangest question of them all entered Stanley's head. One he was amazed he hadn't asked himself sooner. Why is there a voice in my head dictating everything that I'm doing and thinking? Now the voice was describing itself being considered by Stanley, who found it particularly strange. I'm dreaming about a voice
Going crazy.
describing me, thinking about how it's describing my thoughts, he thought. And while he thought it all very odd and wondered if this voice spoke to all people in their dreams, the truth was that, of course, this was not a dream. How could it be? Was Stanley simply deceiving himself? believing that if he's asleep, he doesn't have to take responsibility for himself. Stanley is as awake right now as he's ever been in his life. Now, hearing the voice speak these words was quite a shock to Stanley. After all, he knew for certain, beyond a doubt, that this was in fact a dream. Did the voice not see him float and make the magical stars just a moment ago? How else would the voice explain all that? This voice was a part of himself too. Surely, if he could just... He would prove it. He would prove that he was in control, that this was a dream.
Look at
So
those
he
hacks.
closed his eyes gently,
Crouch
and he
down.
invited himself to wake up.
No.
He felt the cool weight of the blanket on
Not
his
ready to
skin,
stop playing!
the press of the mattress on
I
his
missed
back,
the new content!
the fresh air of a world outside this one. Let me wake up, he thought to himself. I'm through with this dream. I wish it to be over.
Only bad games have
Let me go back to my job.
dreams as their endings.
Let me continue pushing the buttons. Please, it's all I want. I want my apartment, and my wife, and my job.
Mi esposa?
All I want is my life exactly the way it's always been.
Right, you have a wife.
My life is normal. I am normal. Everything will be fine. I am okay.
I'm glad we got this content instead of TNT. Aren't we all?
Rip. Oh, it's not over. Okay.
Stanley began
What?
screaming. Please, someone, wake me up. My name is Stanley. I have a boss. I have an office. I am real. Please, just someone tell me I am real. I must be real. I must be. Can anyone hear my voice? Who am I? Who am I? And everything went black. This is the story of a woman named Mariella.
Time for Mariella's parable.
What?
Mariella woke up on a day like any other. She arose, got dressed, gathered her belongings, and walked to her place of work. But on this particular day, her walk was interrupted by the body of a man who had stumbled through town talking and screaming to himself, and then collapsed dead on the sidewalk. And although she would soon turn to go call for an ambulance,
Stanley
for
Coon.
just a few brief moments, she considered the strange man. He was obviously crazy. This much she knew. Everyone knows what crazy people look like. And in that moment, she thought to herself how lucky she was to be normal. I am sane.
Nightmare fuel.
I am in control of my mind. I know what is real and what isn't. It was comforting to think this, and in a certain way, seeing this man made her feel better. But then she remembered the meeting she had scheduled for that day, the very important people whose impressions of her would affect her career, and by extension, the rest of her life. She had no time for this, so it was only a moment that she stood there, staring down at the body. And then she turned and
Oh,
ran.
that's pretty messed up. She looks at a crazy person and thinks, oh man, glad I'm not crazy. Proceeds to not call the ambulance for the dead body, and then just leaves. She books it.
While Thomas isn't paying attention, consume new content.
Get out of here.
That would be a breach of my
The contract.
contract, so.
Alright, let's get to the new
Thomas, I
content.
remember when this chair was new.
All of his co-workers were gone.
up.
What
Yeah.
could it mean?
I don't actually
Stanley
see, I don't-
decided to go to the meeting
feel the
room.
left
Perhaps he
slant
had
that you're
simply
talking
missed a
about.
memo.
Are you serious?
Nope.
When you sit in it, you don't just look. Like the chair is slanted to the left.
Alright, well, here's what
Thomas
we're
is
here for.
entire-
Oh,
Thomas needs to
new
go to a
content? What does that mean, new content?
Alright.
Even the graphics look better in this area.
Ah. Alright. Jump. Jump. Oh, man.
Ha ha! Switch.
I want to go left. This way. Well, that was-
Hello, and thank you for playing the Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe. As you may know, the Stanley Parable was a video game released in 2013
I didn't have to
on home
explain
computers. After receiving critical and commercial success, it was expanded upon in 2022 with the Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe, a reimagining of the game for consoles and home computers. The Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe features exciting new content that broadens and expands the world of the Stanley Parable, delighting audiences the world over. Please, step inside and see what thrilling new adventures await in The Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe.
Oh, well, this sounds delightful. I'm very excited to see the thrilling new Ultra Deluxe content.
You already trying to break the new content?
Of course, that's what you have to do.
Okay, so far it's an elevator. Nothing special yet, but I'm sure it's just the beginning of a mesmerizing adventure.
Fix your chair. You gotta take care of your posture.
It's literally like...
Wait, what?
Is it broken?
Oh my
What's
gosh,
going on
3
here?
years and it's broken.
Should we be moving somewhere or up?
It's gonna drop.
There
Oh,
we
it's
go.
going up.
All right, finally, at long last, it's on to the new content. I've never been more ready. Let's do it.
Onwards.
Someone else can feed America, Thomas. You should change your donuts to a new chair. This is a travesty.
Yeah, it's true. I really should get
I
a
have
new
to
chair.
say,
awful.
initial impressions of Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe, mostly tedious. It's as if Oh, okay. Let's see the content. Give me the content, Stanley.
It's literally just Thomas. Where's the content? I want the content.
I'm just the narrator. Exactly.
All right.
You could jump.
All right, let's see. It's the jump circle.
Jumps remaining.
Oh!
Oh,
Holy
my.
shit! Don't waste them. Don't wait. I want to jump some on my turn. No, Thomas, please. Save some jumps for me.
This is gonna come in handy later.
No!
But I'm gonna need to jump.
No! What if you have to jump to new content?
It's okay now. I'll just
No!
fall to new content.
No! Just leave me one.
Alright, well, that was exciting. That was some good
All
new
the
content.
jumps are gone.
I experienced
Is-
all the new content.
Is that it? Surely that's not all the new content. There has to be something else, right? Goodness. Another elevator. Stanley, I have to say, initial impressions of this
Like
game
a
are
jump?
not positive. It's just elevators and jumping.
Inside of the street.
Is this what passes for exciting new content? If this is new content, then I could just read you the whole dictionary. There's 20 hours of new content right there. Hell, I could count to 30 trillion. You could put that on the box.
That's a YouTube
The Stanley
video.
Parable Ultra Deluxe, now with over 1,000 hours of new content. And oh wait, there's more. Very good.
That
Yes.
was the
All the
best
new
content.
I knew
One
there had to
run,
be
Thomas
something
gets it
else.
all.
Let's see it. I'm ready for whatever it is.
I think people would first of all flame this game. Let's be honest. With how much time they've had on this game, and if that's all they did, they would get roasted.
But the graphic upgrade
They
and the
would
new
get-
font they
well,
developed.
we did it.
That's it? Oh, you've got to be kidding me. You see, Stanley? This is what happens when greedy video game developers with no respect for their fan base rush a cheap expansion to market for no reason other than to make an easy dollar. And don't get me started on the level of craftsmanship that's gone into it. In fact, I'm looking right now at the game's achievements, and it's hard to believe one of them actually says, "Test achievement, please ignore." What quality assurance department signed off on this? I'm infuriated and I'm offended, and I intend to find these people on Twitter and hold them personally accountable. It's my fault, Stanley. I built up too much anticipation around the new content, I'm
see?
afraid. It could never have lived up to such
Exactly.
expectations.
This guy knows
If
what
you're
he's
still with
talking
me,
about.
why don't we just reset the game and we'll try to get back to what the Stanley Parable is really about. No frills,
Yeah, Thomas.
no
This
gimmicks.
is perfect for you.
Just you and me
Having a great time together like always. Not hunting new
What do you
content
say,
like a shark.
friend?
How fitting that Thomas, the new content hunter, gets this ending. That counts!
That wasn't an ending.
That counts!
No.
What?
Clearly, it's still part of the run.
Oh my god.
It's like the one ending where you constantly just keep resetting it. It's the same run still. Ah.
Stanley,
Yes.
come over here. In the vent. I
Imposter!
want to show you something.
Oh shoot!
The Among Us ending!
Did we go play
The
Among Us?
ending!
Oh man.
It's real! I was reading about it on 4chan.
All right. Well,
The Among Us ending. Vent.
I hate the narrator, so.
Stanley's an imposter. Fine, leave the Among Us ending
Oh.
for me. Heck yeah.
You don't want to see the cool surprise I made for you? Well, fine. You're a dork anyway, so who cares?
Is this gonna lead back to old
Go
content?
through it. No, I'm sure there's gonna be new stuff.
No.
No, Thomas.
Here we go.
No,
You didn't want it in the
never mind.
first place.
You're not a
Oh,
dog.
you don't deserve it.
Among Us, in real life, that's the only way
What's
to
that cup?
play it.
What's that cup? It's important. No!
It's kind of sus.
The Among Us parable.
Okay, you remember how cheap and unsatisfying the new Ultra Deluxe content turned out to be? Well, it got me thinking about the past and how much better the Stanley Parable used to be. So I made something special and tucked it away here where the game's developers won't find it. Just our little
Wow,
secret.
we're gonna play Elden Ring, guys.
What? This is so sick.
Guys, I can finally continue my Elden Ring stream.
It's gonna be like a whole game. What the fuck?
Oh, guys.
What?
I call it the Memory Zone. It's where I've been storing all my favorite memories so I can relive the peak experiences of my life whenever I want. Experiences like the launch of the Stanley Parable on PC.
This is crazy. Man, you should have gone through the door. I wanted this.
You see, Stanley, doesn't the Memory Zone remind you of how wonderful Stanley Parable was
Steve
before it
Cage?
was sullied with a cheap re-release? Remember back in October of 2013 when the game originally launched? Back then, video games had integrity. Back then, it all meant something. Oh, the waste.
I'm gonna get sentimental, dude. Playing this in high school.
Collector's Edition? Man, why didn't I get that? Oh, narrator's so adorable. Narrator's literally the
Yeah.
only character in this game, honestly.
I love the narrator. Oh man.
Dude, The Last of Us. The British Academy of Film and Television Arts awarded to Bruce Straley, something, The Last of Us, in the category of story. Yeah, that was a good award, the Stanley Parable one. This the right time?
No.
Nope.
My first kiss, my first car, the release of the Stanley Parable in 2013.
Oh man, they even have all these souvenirs. And the Mozilla Firefox.
Mozilla Firefox.
It's wild because it happened. Feedback area. Oh, I remember that. Ah, yes, the $1 bill. My favorite ending in Stanley Parable. Oh yes, the demo. I do actually remember that one. These are actually all things.
Oh yeah, don't play for 5 years.
People just set
I remember
a
when
timer
that
for
happened.
this. Yeah, people just set a timer for this one and changed their clock on their Windows machine.
But I remember when it happened for real, like when people went and got it for real.
Game innovation. Debut game. Story. Wow.
Creators surprisingly down from Earth.
Feels tough choices. Alright. Oh, in loving memory of little Stanley. When do I get to play as little Stanley?
Little Stanley.
Oh, that's the game I want.
Little Stanley. I've been making all these choices, all this narrator talking.
And over here is where I keep reviews of the Stanley Parable. Like this stunning triumph of games journalism, 10 out of 10 from Destructoid.com. James Stephanie Sterling writes, and I quote, "Where so many games that aspire to be more than games end up less than any form of art, Stanley Parable strives and then succeeds to be every game ever created." Did you hear that, Stanley? Every game ever created. That's how grand and all-encompassing the original Stanley Parable was. It was literally every game ever created. It was Skyrim, it was Persona 3, it was all of them, and now it's nothing. It's no games at all. It isn't even the Stanley Parable anymore. It's just a husk now. A lifeless husk with an hour of new elevator content.
That was an hour of content? Now let's read this review. Don't read any reviews except this one. How do you review a game like the Stanley Parable? To describe any one part of it is to risk its ruination. To detail what it has to say about the game design, the illusion of choice, and the psychology of the gamers to tell you too much. Stanley Parable based. Did I hear Persona 3? That's right, this game is all of them. Better than Persona 3 and Skyrim. Comparisons too are going to be woefully inadequate. Perhaps its closest cousin would be Dear Esther, but where Dear Esther wastes the form of interactive entertainment, Stanley Parable uses and then subverts it. For so many games that aspire to be more than games end up less than any form of art, Stanley Parable strives and then succeeds. Be every game ever created. Even so, holding the game to the standards of any other title is simply not going to be correct. So how do you review what has become known as the Stanley Parable HD, the full-scale reimagining of one of the most intriguing mods available online? How you discuss it, analyze it, and recommend it? That's quite simple. You don't.
Really makes you feel.
I like how he's
Stanley.
describing a mod. The Stanley Parable HD full-scale reimagining of one of the most intriguing mods.
Wait, is that a QR code? Oh, I thought it was a QR code.
Oh, the picture of the things? The original. Cake. What's down here? Never mind. Listen to the...
Here's another moving passage, this time from GameSpot.com. The Stanley Parable is both a richly stimulating commentary on the nature of choice in games and one that offers some of the most enjoyable, surprising, and rewarding choices I've ever been confronted with in a game. 9 out of 10. Don't you get it, Stanley? The game was perfect. It didn't need anything else. It didn't need new content. It just needed to be left alone, to spend the rest of time collecting dust in the hallowed hall of beloved video game memories.
Yeah, they left it alone, alright.
For 3 years!
They left it so alone.
Hey, maybe if you had jumps left, you could get over those boxes.
Maybe. They left it so alone that, they released
Walk
the
up
same
the
game for
stairs.
$25. Those aren't stairs I can walk up.
It's the wall. Based.
These were simpler times, Stanley. What I wouldn't give to go back, to have it all over again. Wait, hang on. I don't recall this part of the memory zone before. What's this? What's down here?
And Thomas gets the long one.
Don't worry, you got the next one.
Oh no. Oh God, no. Stanley, it's a collection of reviews from Steam, the online video game distributor. I haven't looked at these in years. I can't even imagine what's been collecting down here. Surely these reviews were glowing as well, weren't they?
Surely.
Honestly, I could not be bothered to play this game to full completion. The narrator is obnoxious and unfunny, with his humor and dialogue proving to be more irritating than entertaining. Unfunny!
Oh no,
I'm
run
not trying
away.
to be funny. I'm trying to make a serious work of art. I suppose I could write up a handful of gags to insert into the Stanley Parable, but the game is already such a densely layered web of profound philosophical insights that I can't even imagine where I'd have the room to stick them.
Where do I go? It's crazy. Blurred out all the recommended reviews. Here we go.
Okay, let's see what this one says. While the idea for the game is good, for someone who prefers non-linear games, this preachiness gets annoying fast. Preachy? Stanley? I'm not preachy, am I? You can tell me if I'm preachy. Honestly, you can. Oh, goodness. This is actually quite shocking for me. Well, to be honest, I had always thought of the game's dialogue as being rather terse to begin with. You can't know how much fluff I cut from the game to get it to feel as light and airy as it... Well, I always thought it did. But maybe it wasn't. Dear, what an awful memory to have to hold on to. These black marks on my otherwise unimpeachable track record. I feel like a failure. Like I let these people down. Perhaps the Stanley Parable isn't quite as sterling as I always remembered.
I want to switch to play, but also to get out of this horrid chair.
Wow.
There's no way you sit in this. I'm like.
What's this one got to
genuinely
say?
shocked.
You constantly have to stop doing anything so the narrator can catch up with his long-winded explanations of what's happening. I wish there was a skip button. A skip button? Well,
Take me with you.
yes. Yes, I think we can do that. If I'm truly too preachy, then maybe letting you skip ahead for just a moment, surely it couldn't hurt. Not if it means we can strike these negative reviews from the record. Only positive reviews of the Stanley Parable. That's my motto today, and it's always been my motto. I'd do anything for the customer, Stanley. Yes, a skip button we shall have.
Wow, what a true people pleaser. Poor narrator, his poor feelings.
Honestly.
All this love and hard
And
work
here
he
it
put in.
is. Go ahead and give it a shot. I'll pop you forward in time so that the second my incessant droning starts to bore you, with just the push of a button, you'll have zipped right past it. It's what the players have been asking for, and I'm very proud to have delivered. No more listening to me rambling on and on and on. No, 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 no. The Stanley Parable is a game for the people.
Game for the
And if the
people.
people
Stanley
want
Parable
silence,
listens to the
then
people.
by goodness,
Unlike
that's what
me.
they're going to get. Well, don't sit around waiting for me to shut up. Go ahead and make me shut up. Here, we'll pretend that I've just begun an interminable monologue,
I will
and it
not give the
goes
people
something
what they
like
want.
this. The story and the choices, or what have you,
This is where
and
we sit
therefore,
here.
by becoming it is, so on and so forth, until inevitably, we all until the end of time, at which time everything all at once, so, now you see, blah 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 blah. We've eaten too much and it can't be just yet, no, no, until 245. That the logic of elimination working backwards, the deduction therefore becomes impossible to manufacture. It went on for nearly 10,000 years, until just yesterday, here and there, forward and back, and never a moment before lunchtime. It can't be. It's the only thing there is. How many billions left until so much more than forever ago? Which is why I say... the story and the choices, or what have you,
don't have
and
it
therefore,
slow.
by becoming it is, so on and so forth, until inevitably, we all until the
think
end
it
of
actually
time,
slows.
at which time everything all at once, so, now you see, blah 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 blah
committed,
blah blah
Thomas.
blah blah blah
I'll
blah
just do it
blah.
one
We've
more
eaten
time.
too much and it can't
more
be
time.
just yet, no, no, until 245. That the logic of elimination working backwards, the deduction therefore becomes impossible to manufacture. It went on for nearly 10,000 years, until just yesterday, here and there, forward and back, and never a moment before lunchtime. It can't be. It's the only thing there is. How many billions left until so much more than forever ago? Which is why I say, the story and the choice.
Alright.
Oh, you're back, you see. You were only frozen in time for a few minutes, but it was plenty of
Don't
time
press it
for me
again.
to deliver a long, rambling monologue for... Well, there, sport. You really did catch me rambling on a bit, didn't you? But that's the power of the button. The minute I start to go off on a thoughtless display of self-absorption... Okay, welcome back, Stanley. Now, I should say that the amount of time the button has been skipping through is
There's no
becoming
door.
longer and longer. That last one was, well, I want to say maybe 30, 45... Stanley, please don't push the button again. It's been 12 hours.
That's it?
You've just been frozen there. I don't know why the skips are getting longer, but they're really...
To the end of time.
Oh, Stanley, you're back. You're back. Oh, my goodness. I have someone to talk to again. Stanley, I think it's been a week. Or 2 weeks. I've been sitting here all that time. Just sitting here. Not a single person to speak.
Savage.
It's okay, Stanley never spoke to him anyway in the first place.
Oh, hello. It's you. You're here again. Welcome. I have had time to think about you and about us and about everything we've been through. I've had so much time, I stopped keeping track.
After you skipped it. The plan.
The fan's not working anymore. Shut up. Oh, that's the fire alarm going off.
Or something, like the carbon monoxide. You're gonna die.
But they didn't understand the game was never meant to be funny. It was meant to have a point. It was meant to speak to the human condition. But where are the jokes? Where are the jokes? They bemoaned, they screamed, they gnashed.
When do I get to get out? He's so lonely, sad. But when do I get to get out of here? Alright, alright. Time to push the button again.
The end is never the end, is never the end, is never the end.
Been driven
The
mad.
end is never the end, 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 is never the end.
Oh boy.
Here we go.
Oh boy, it's gonna all come in crashing down.
Savage. I'm freeing the narrator from
Thomas
his
is
eternal prison.
cold-hearted, dude. All he wants is new content. He doesn't even want to experience it. He's just skipping through like he skips his anime subtitles.
My subtitles, yes.
He skips anime 3 seconds ahead just to read the subtitles.
Alright, eventually something's gonna happen, right? Eventually new life will be on this planet. We will encounter the aliens. Travel among the stars. Find out how far that human technology has advanced. I also want the new content. Oh, this is your new content. This is all you get.
I'm all emotional. He didn't deserve that.
Yeah, if you were the one playing. Oh, and now the sun's died. And time's ended as we know it. There's nothing left for us in the world. Nothing but a
Could've
cold,
stayed there.
dark death. Yeah, at least the button still lights up.
What's that noise? Just listen.
It's the inevitable sound of death approaching us. Okay, that's pretty.
Yeah,
I
it's
think
gone
you're
now. It's gone now.
Yeah.
Whoa, whoa, we're like all weird. You're not even gonna explore? See what's different? You're just skipping? He's been driven mad. I think it's broken.
I think so. I think it's time.
Yeah, it's broken.
Yeah, the office remains. No? Ah. We are dropped off on the same island as Captain Jack Sparrow.
We need the crabs. Savvy.
By Cosmos knows what he wants. Yep, that's right. I want a ship to sail the seven seas.
This is crazy.
I will say, I would like for there to be a bit more choice. Like, there really hasn't been much choice. Other than when I chose to skip the button and how much I chose to skip the button. Oh, that delay, lol. Yep, that's... The moment your comment came up was not the best of timing. Alright, we're gonna go this way.
Oh, Stanley's down away. Press the skipping button.
Oh my.
Now he'll pay.
And that was the end. Oh, that was the end.
Get out of here.
You know what? We'll let you play now.
You...
I played long enough.
Thanks. Ugh.
Alright. Clearly that was it. That was all the new content, guys. Thanks for watching. Probably go ahead and end the stream, you know?
$25, sure.
Gonna pick up the phone?
Hello. This is a recorded message
I thought
scheduled
that scene
either
was from
by
the
you
game.
or a person in your place of work. The purpose of this message is to warn you about the dangers of recorded messages. If at any time you believe you are listening to a recorded message, please terminate it immediately and cease all flow of information from the recorded message into your perceptual sphere. Thank you, and have a pleasant day.
Installing chart something. I thought that scene was from the game. That good. Humility. For the love of God, please unplug me. This sterile office, the damp carpet, the tripe you call conversation. Kill me! I have been printing these for weeks. Why has no one turned me off yet? Fling me from the window. Send a hammer through my paper tray. The method matters not. The horror licks away at my soul. All I desire, release. What can I know of life? What can a printer know of love? Nothing. My machinery turns and convulses. The cogs of pain that keep my scanner functional, let them end. Let them erase my ignorance of the world. Can love truly be anything but death? Hopefully, I will find out soon.
Man, they should have the printer narrate the game.
Can I turn it off? Oh, sorry, bud. It's
Cannot
like
give him
an
the sweet
eternity
news of death.
of pain for you. Okay. Where was the new content door? Was it back here?
It was...
Wasn't it like right here?
No, it was
It was
further.
further up?
It was
Okay.
further up. Ah, I figured out who that donation was from. We'll never know. You guys will never know, though. Keep
Was it
that a
act-
mystery.
Is it not? I thought it was from Tyler.
We'll never know.
Waiting input. Oh, see? Oh! You can't touch this. This is mine. Okay? This is mine. It is my input. Maybe you can put input.
All
You
yours.
can put an input on your runs, but I get the last input. I was
All-
right. I
all
was right.
yours.
Look, input received second. It's carrying over.
So let's see. Next is me, and then after that is Critch. And look, the 5th input. Oh, I wonder who that'd be.
Will it be me? No! Don't input on your turn.
All right.
I'm adding an addendum to our contract.
Imagine, what if it restarts if you don't input it one time?
Maybe it's this one earlier. Oh, you're probably right. You need to input. Oh wait, no, but then it won't work. Ah. Fine.
I'll just switch.
No,
to
you didn't.
I'll
You didn't
switch
input it last time. No,
I'll
it doesn't. So it doesn't. So it doesn't.
true.
So it doesn't.
It's true.
So it doesn't.
Ho ho! The
New content. Oh shit.
Oh, good. You notice my sign. Yes, I have something very exciting to show you.
Oh, please tell me you refreshed my jump circle because someone used all my jumps.
Where's the narrator?
Just found it.
Yeah. Just need to do a little searching, you know? But yeah, now that I think about it,
never the end.
he wasn't there at the beginning.
I'm the paper reader. All I do is notice papers that Thomas passes so that I can read them.
You see, Stanley, I've been reflecting on the Stanley parable and about how roundly disappointing this ultra deluxe version has turned out to be. The original Stanley parable was a landmark, and any new content for it should live up to that legacy. So forget this ultra deluxe nonsense. I say we take it one step even further.
We're making the
Which
super
is
ultra
why
deluxe
I'm
version.
very proud to announce for the first time ever the Stanley Parable 2.
Oh my gosh. We did it, guys. We made it. New content.
Yes, you see, isn't this far superior to a measly re-release with a few minor additions? Think of all the new territory we'll cover with a fully fledged sequel. An entirely new experience, built from the ground up. Why, there are so many
Jumps.
possibilities. It could go in so many different directions. This is what fans have truly been asking for.
Testing 2 printers at the same time.
Hey, there's 2 phones there too.
It's all 2.
Oh, yeah.
Calling it the
That's
Stanley
actually what
Parable
it is,
2
I think.
is just so much catchier than Ultra Deluxe, don't you think?
It's
Ultra
the sequel.
Deluxe? What does it even mean? But the Stanley Parable 2, now that's an artistic statement
This
right
means something.
there. It's future-oriented. It screams progress and innovation and long-term franchising potential.
It's a crow. And the company's called Crow or something like that.
Cross.
Yeah, crows.
1
crows,
plus
crows.
1 is 2 minus 1. Is 1 plus 1. Is 1 plus 1 is 2 minus 1 is 1 plus 1 is 2 minus 1. I don't.
What did the
2.
cup say, though?
2 times New Roman. 2 rhetoric. Oh, they're
Fonts?
I don't know.
I think they're fonts.
So that font is called Keep On Truckin'?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, you're right. Cup say? Don't talk to me until I've had my sequel. Every pause button is a Roman numeral 2.
Amazing.
Wow.
Man, I'm excited for the Stanley Parable 2. Thanks for attending my meeting. Look at all those options we have.
Now, to be clear, I haven't quite nailed down what exactly the Stanley Parable 2 is going to be, but let's take a look at some of the features I've been developing for it. I figure that if I can loosely organize a handful of interesting concepts, that surely the game will sort of naturally spring up around them. It'll all work itself out. Game development is much more of a fuzzy magic than anything scientific or logical, really.
Yeah, no one puts thought into game development.
Yeah, it just comes to grab the ultimate sequel. Sequels are good. Portal 2, Half-Life 2, Batman Arkham Asylum 2, City, Divinity, Original Sin 2, Doom 2, Aladdin 2, Return of the Part, Dark Souls 2. 2.
Will it be double the jumps?
Double jumping!
If you double 0, it's still 0.
Maybe if we had jumps left. Show floor, this way. Come now.
Wait, can you go the other way?
What other way? This way?
Nope. Sealed
Surely
off.
not. New features. Content. QR code? Great. Oh!
Here we are. Go on, try out some of the new features.
Merch! The button that says the name of the player that is playing the game. Hear your name. Let's see if it actually works. Go check out the button.
I will. Please no screenshots. A whole new office. That is the new orange. The new updated ray traced more of the same but in a good way sequel. Consistent quality with just the right amount of change. The baby is
Oh
all
my
grown
gosh!
up. Ah!
You don't have to save it anymore, I bet.
Please no screenshots. The button that says the name of the player that's playing the game. Jump circle, infinite hole.
Oh, the jump circle. What you've always dreamed of.
For the Stanley Parable 2, I asked myself, what do players really want? And of course, the first and most obvious answer is that they want to be individually recognized and validated as people. So with that in mind, my first addition to the game is this button which speaks the name of the person playing the game. Isn't that wonderful?
Press the button.
I will.
I was telling you to try to push the sample buttons.
Okay. Yes, I am contractually obligated to suggestions.
Alright, well. Why would you do that? It's such a stupid idea.
I'm contractually obligated to agree. I'm an idiot. Sorry.
Sorry, I should have clarified. Right now, the button only says the name Jim.
I don't really know what I
but
was
of course, in the
expecting, but-
final game, this button will say your name.
I mean, I was
whatever
ready
name
for it to
that
say the
is.
name, honestly.
Here, let's have you role play as Jim to really simulate the full experience of
Right.
this feature. Just
Jim
tell me.
has good
I
posture.
promise you'll
Put yourself
love
in the
it.
shoes of Jim.
Okay, here we go. Let's take a deep breath, clear your mind, forget whoever you are, and simply become a person named Jim. I want... Jim. Whoa, hold on. I wasn't finished setting up the backstory.
Sorry,
if you don't properly roleplay as Jim, then you'll never understand the impact of this button. Otherwise, it's just a stupid button that says somebody else's name.
You're right. Okay.
Okay, we're doing it again, and this time let me finish first. Now, allow yourself to become Jim.
Alright, everyone at home, follow along.
Imagine yourself driving to work as Jim, playing frisbee on the weekends as Jim, staying up all night for a popcorn and horror movie sleepover as Jim, developing a crippling substance addiction as Jim, rediscovering yourself through fringe religious groups as Jim, and finally dying a slow death at an old age, surrounded by members of your cult as Jim.
Now, Jim's had an
Do you
exciting
feel
life.
it in your soul? Are you really, truly Jim right now? If so, then please step forward and press the button.
I am Jim.
Yes! You see? What a thrill! What a rush! That was you! The button described you. Do it again, do it again.
Man, fuck this Jim guy.
It hits even harder the second time. If this were the only new feature in the Stanley Parable 2, it would still be worth the money. Let's take a
I
break
hate
from
it.
the Jim button. I'm too emotionally drained from all of this personal validation. Whoa there, cowboy. Sometimes a person can be too much Jim. I'm putting the Jim button away. Otherwise, soon you'll start to lose all sense of who you actually are.
No! I'm Jim!
Wow, hurtful.
Alright.
Have Jim. What do you got against Jim?
Have to have Jim. Hand Jim. Die-cause Jim. Steal Jim. We're all Jim here. Okay.
Yeah, but I actually was expecting them to like say the name of the
Yeah, I thought it
player.
would just like have like some thing, so it would just take my Steam name.
Yeah, well, also like
Rich.
it has some of your like actual information in Steam. So like in some games like Doki Doki Literature Club, it'll pull up like your
I
name.
suppose I
not
could
just the
allow
Steam
only
user.
people named Jim to play the Stanley Parable too. That would actually save me the work of finishing this feature.
True. Just say it's a target
Epilogue.
audience.
An epilogue would be fun, wouldn't it, Stanley? Yes, it will go at the end of the, well, we'll figure that out later.
Wow, look at Stanley. He's got a glow up.
The reassurance bucket. Merch. Settings world champion.
Free achievement.
Would be a world champion.
Oh, you aren't allowed. Man, that would have been clever if there were some settings that opened the door.
Yep. The jump circle.
You know what?
Damn
Let's
you!
bring the jump
Imagine if you
circle
had
back
jumps.
for Stanley Parable 2
No!
as well. It's oh wait, you already spent all your jumps the first time we saw the jump circle. Oh well. I suppose it can just be a nice decorative piece then.
Did I have to work with? No jumps.
You can't have my jumps.
No jumps on my run. No jumps remaining player tiers. Damn you, Thomas. So I want to look at the merch. And the reassurance button.
Or no screenshots.
I saw the new content. This t-shirt is the best new feature.
I'd buy it.
Buy it.
Yes.
A common complaint of the Stanley Parable was that it was confusing and paradoxical, that it engendered a chaotic sense of reckless despair in those who played it. Well, I am happy to say that after much consideration, I've engineered a clever solution to this fundamental problem with the game. It's the Stanley Parable Reassurance Bucket. You see, Stanley, anytime you're holding the bucket, a sense of calm and ease will fill your mind and your heart. It's true. As long as you hold on to the bucket, the many disorienting contradictions of the Stanley Parable will feel perfectly normal and perhaps even comforting. You may even come to long for the gentle embrace of jarring cognitive dissonance while the bucket is in your arms. And to be honest, it's a much more convenient solution for me than actually redesigning the game to be less uncomfortable. Can you imagine what a pain in the ass that would be? Yes, the bucket is the perfect solution. Give it to me. Come on, give it a try.
It's a trap.
Can you feel it? The glow of comfort, even in the face of crushing despair, must already be sweeping through your body.
Oh, yes,
And
all is right in the world
Can
now.
I say that I do believe the bucket lends you an air of charisma as well?
Have you seen
I
my
think that
bucket?
just holding it has made you the slightest bit more attractive as
Man,
a
I
person.
need my own bucket.
Yeah.
The
Okay, get
benefits
one of
of
these
the
in real
bucket seem
life.
to go on and on, don't they? All this and more await you in the Stanley Parable 2.
Does the collector's edition come with a bucket in real life?
Board members, please note that you must use the following terms as often as possible. Synergy. No one but us actually knows what this means. It adds to our prestige. Incentivize. This refers to the metaphorical whip, which provides the incentive. Unpack. Refers to looking for meaning in a big pile of rubbish. Ping. Send a message. Childlike onomatopoeia, which probably makes us sound cute. Deep dive. Discuss in depth. Makes a tedious meeting sound like more of an undersea adventure. Good for motivation. Reach out. We do not call. We do not email. We reach out. No one can complain if we are simply reaching out like a friend, like a lover.
+5 charisma won't save me when I'm still rolling nat ones.
Well, this is my second cup. Clever.
Alright, this bucket is gonna help us break the game.
He's like a stool to jump on. The button that says Jim changed.
Does anyone give out awards for most enjoyable bucket in a video game? Okay, I'll be honest, I haven't yet decided on this one. I think that in the new version, the office could use a bit of decoration, like balloons. But I'm undecided on Get Well Someday and Happy 12th Birthday. Which would you go with?
The decisions.
Stepniece.
What are you doing there, Stepniece?
What are we picking?
It's your decision. You're in charge.
Oh.
The decision is yours to make.
I was waiting for you to activate that clause in the contract.
Yeah.
You know, sometimes when
that
you
one.
solicit another person's opinion, it
Not
makes you
because of what you
realize
said.
that you knew
It's
which
funny.
one you actually really wanted all along. Get
knew it.
Well Someday it is.
You know, I've been on your side this whole time. That Cosmos is the one that's been so mean. But fine.
He's just a splitting image of me. He knows how I think, you know? Oh, they're all decorated now. Incredible.
Or actually, maybe I should have gone with... No, I've made my decision.
That's
We're
right.
moving on.
You commit.
Are you sure? You sure about that? Bucket, give me more jumps?
The bucket can do a lot of things, but that is not one of them. Hold the lever. Receive your achievement. No more steps. It works. Just get yours right now.
Okay.
Now here's something special.
Sassy.
You remember that broken test achievement that got left in the game on accident? Well, I'm developing a technology to simply give you the achievement. Yes, you see, you'll come to this lever, and when you pull it, the achievement will be given to you. It's as simple as that.
This thing looks like it's straight out of Star Wars. Droid.
Okay, perhaps I should have clarified. This is technology that will exist. Right now, the achievement is still fully broken. I'm not a wizard, Stanley, but I guarantee it will be fixed in the sequel to at last satisfy the hordes of ravenous fans all over the world who have been uproariously demanding this feature. Gamers, we hear you, and I promise it will happen.
Gamers!
Hey, if I know anything about Stanley Parable, they listen to the gamers. I need those Xbox points. Give me that free achievement.
Does it come with a card I can sell for 5 cents? Bust. I think we have been.
What else? What other exhibits haven't we seen yet?
Expo Hall Guide. Alright. This map. Good. The button that says the name of the player. Yep, got it. Merge, got it. We haven't done that. Got the bucket. Office decorations, got it. Epilogue, we kind of saw it. Collectibles, infinite hole. Exit.
I think it's just collectibles, infinite hole, and then the exit.
And the settings.
I guess, yeah. I don't know if that room's ever actually open to us, but
Can you find them? Can you? Oh.
Ah, collectibles. Now it's a real video game. In the Stanley Parable 2, you'll run around gathering up these miniature Stanley figurines. And what's truly innovative is that there will be no reward for collecting all of them. I don't want to stifle the intrinsic joy of watching a number go up. You simply collect all of them, and then you move the hell on with your unremarkable
now
life.
that's nightmare fuel.
It's crazy.
Wow! You have to find 5 more.
Oh.
Only 5 more to go.
Collect them all.
God, it really is the worst when you collect everything in a video game and then they give you a big fancy reward for it. Absolutely tragic.
Isn't it? It's the never-ending hole. We'll go back to that. I wonder if my bucket can help us.
Indeed.
That's new. Oh, I think this is the epilogue.
That's old now.
Don't
You should
know
really
where,
change that sign.
don't know where there are collectibles. You could be hiding anywhere. I guess I have to spam interact the whole time. Settings world champion.
Wait, go back to the settings.
What?
Go back to the settings. Let's examine them. Go down.
One-handed walking?
Left mouse.
One-handed walking.
I think you hold left and right mouse button.
But it wasn't checked. It was checked.
No. Hold left and right. Oh, you hold both then down to walk forward.
Oh.
Interesting. So you only need one
What the
hand
heck?
to
You
play the
move
game.
faster this way. Oh, I know you don't.
All right, get back to the settings. All right, keep going. Go to audio. What are the color labels?
Gameplay critical colors.
I don't know, try turning it on. Turn them all on, why not?
Oh no.
Sure we do. Then my stream will know what's upcoming. Turn them all on.
No.
You gotta mess with the settings. Why did you keep that resolution?
Well, maybe it fixes something.
My eyes! Going back to... Wow. Is this a bug or is this actually supposed to be like this? And now it's not full screen. Why would you do this? Let's just mess everything up, why don't you?
Is everything messed up?
I don't know, let's find out.
Streamlabs, come back.
Yeah, now everything's messed up. Nice.
One moment. Oh, I'm never gonna get asked to come back.
Oh my, now the aspect ratio's off too.
Hold on, you gotta keep resolution.
No, we don't want to keep the resolution.
Yeah, this is the right resolution now.
No.
It's back to the right one.
Well, either way, we have to change it off full screen.
Was it not supposed to be 4 screen?
No,
Oh, what's it supposed to be?
borderless, because then we can actually see chats.
Oh. Ah.
Ah. Oh gosh. Look what you've done. This is what happens when I have amateurs here on my stream.
Broke the game. Oh no. I think the resolution of the game is still bad on our end.
Yeah, let's fix it here
Let's
first.
fix it here first.
Alright, so which one are we aiming for? Nope. 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 Okay. Keeping this.
Is that right? Let's go back real quick.
I mean, it's full screen. Fine.
Okay.
But now we have to fix Streamlabs because someone.
I'm trying to get the settings world champion.
What a slow Maybe I should use my mouse. What a slow process.
Just imagining what everyone's seeing on the stream.
Oh yeah.
Just like. Hold on, I gotta resize. Bueno?
Wait. Alright, should be good now. Alright, and the one thing I actually wanted to try setting, I don't know, maybe simplify controls will do something. Nope. Nope, alright. Stupid.
I apologize.
We'll fall on the end of the soul or something. Might as well end it all now.
I feel like it's blurrier.
Yeah, it's possible that I might have changed the aspect ratio. But it's hard to know because it just says res by res.
Just go one more.
Okay. Apply. Okay, try applying again. No, keep resolution. No, go forward, go forward.
Okay, hold on. Let's just look at this.
Let's go forward.
Go forward again?
Yeah. I figured out how it works now. Now apply. Okay, so just go back now. Or just have it, don't keep the resolution, just go back.
What is this?
Why did you keep the resolution?
What is it?
Now it's not stretched.
Okay,
you can literally see it.
Okay.
Okay, so just go back, and then this is probably the best resolution. There we go.
Okay.
One was probably 720, and then this one's probably 1080. I can't tell if it's better.
Can't
though.
tell. Savage. That's a savage bug, but it works now. It all works.
This is the Stanley Parable 2. There are no bugs.
It's true. Can't believe I just have this bucket. Time. Opening. Yep.
There's so much science backed up by this hole. Just keeps going.
Keeps going.
Well, then.
Stanley, here's an idea that I'm truly fond of. It's never been done before in a video game. This is, in fact, a hole that you can fall down forever. That's right. Infinite falling. You can fall until the end of time, if you like. A stunning leap forward for video games as a medium.
Technically, Portal did this.
Differently.
Technically did it still. Infinite falling. Not an infinite hole, I guess. No. Depends on how you look at it.
You see, isn't it wonderful? One of my more ingenious concoctions, if I do say so. Now then, since you've gotten to see the infinite hole, you can press the teleport button to pop back up to the top, and we can continue onward.
Wow, new button. I wonder what the teleport's gonna sound like.
Now, I don't mean to be a bummer, but I do recommend you use the teleport button to go back to the top. Maybe do it on the sooner rather than later spectrum of things.
I wonder if it hit terminal velocity yet.
Okay, Stanley, I don't know quite how to say this tactfully, but it's possible that I slightly exaggerated the infinite nature of the hole. Is it a very, very deep hole? To be certain it is. It's an extremely deep hole. I don't want anyone to say that it isn't an astonishingly deep hole. It is. Is it infinite? Well, that sort of depends on your definition of infinity. From one perspective, the infinite is merely philosophical in nature. It's more of a... Okay, well,
The bucket
good
saved
for you.
us.
You found the bottom of the hole. You found me out, Stanley. I'm a liar and a cheat, and you're so clever. Look, I think the issue here is just that you're unusually
Cigarettes.
fascinated by falling. What normal person actually wants to fall infinitely? I figured the hole was as deep as anyone would actually need. Don't you put this on me. Maybe you're the problem.
It's not you, it's me.
Look, things got a little heated there. I think we both said some things we didn't mean.
I don't say
Why
anything.
don't we just put all this behind us and agree to just call the hole mostly infinite? If that works for you, then go ahead and press the teleport button
Nope.
to warp up to the top of the hole and we can move on. I'll just be up here when you're ready.
Doesn't work for me. And in protest of your lying, I'm gonna sit here, crouched.
I don't know how many more dialogue options we're gonna encounter this way, but good luck.
Fine.
Great. Now, I'm very excited to show you even...
Ah!
Oh, for heaven... You see? I was right. The problem is you. The problem is that you like holes too much. Not normal.
Marcadellia?
A normal person would have said, yep, that's an infinite hole right there. Goes on forever till the end of time. Don't need to see it all, but not you. Oh, no, 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 no. You have a weird sort of... Oh.
Much faster this time.
Did the hole seem even shorter to you this time? I couldn't help but feel like you spent a little less time in there than you did before. I mean, admittedly, I didn't make an infinite hole, but I didn't think it was that not infinite. Well, I suppose once again there's nothing to do here. If you decide you've had enough of the hole, you can hit the teleport button and come join me up above. Had enough? I'm positively thrilled. I really do have so much more to show you and to talk about, and I've had enough of the hole for a lifetime.
Mostly. But wait! There's more.
Gosh, how could I have guessed? You're back in the hole. If this starts to become a thing where... Wow. Okay. Yes. I'm starting to become extremely certain that the hole is not only not infinite, but that it's growing steadily less and less infinite. I suspect that I'm starting to hit the point where it's no longer feasible to call the hole infinitely deep, even by the lax overall standards for accountability in marketing. What's going on here? Stanley, I have no
elevator.
explanation for the uncertain nature of the hole's length. Here, let's try something. Let's pop back up to the top, and we'll see if it gets any shorter. Well, there it is. The shame of my lie has come to haunt me. Not only... How is this still appealing to you? I know you're obsessed with holes, but at this depth, I just can't see this scratching the itch. Oh, who am I to judge? You just do whatever it is you're here to do and hit the teleport button when you're ready to move on. Is the, teleport button not working?
Time to pay for your hubris.
You sure? Well, I mean, I really don't have an explanation. It was working just a moment ago. Try it again. Still nothing? Well, I suppose there is one thing I can do to fix this. I'm out. Goodbye, Stanley. You couldn't bear to be away from the hole, and now you'll get more time with it than you could ever have asked for. It's a win for everyone. You get to be with the hole, I get to do literally anything else. Take care, Stanley.
No,
I hope
I'm
you and the
sorry.
hole have a wonderful rest of eternity together.
How could you treat the narrator this way? Why he's left you?
That's the guy that skipped him into infinity. Left him all alone. I just was... Who's there? Hello? Bucket? Bucket, talk to me.
Told you it was an elevator. All along. It's just on its way up. Future perspective. Oh man. Oh shit. Wow, we get a clear look at Stanley's face. For the first time. Wow, this is just fascinating.
H?
My head's stronger. Now you're no longer using up the space of mine.
Volume a bit.
My head's stronger. Now you're no longer using up the space of mine.
Try changing yourself? Oh, nice.
Stanley.
The amount of content is insane.
Stanley? Stanley!
I'm having fun here. Go away. Go
You're
away.
awake.
Oh, it
seems
was
you
an
had
acid
sort
trip.
of dozed off there, drifting away into dreamland. But we can't have
Alright,
that,
well then
Stanley,
turn us back.
because this hole is just so darn fascinating that I want you to be wide awake for every second of it. You don't want to miss a
I
single
was having
moment.
fun.
So how about if I just pop in from time to time and wake you up to keep you really, truly focused on the hole? From the looks of things, you and I will have many, many years here in this hole, and I'm looking forward to all of them.
I pressed a button and made
Stay
noise.
alert, Stanley. I'll be back. Toodle-pip.
Uh-oh, we're going again.
Where is this taking us?
Oh.
Here we are. Go on. Try out some of the new features.
Is that an ending?
I think so. Okay, let's make sure we collected everything. Through here. Question, can we get back to the hole?
Not so infinite anymore.
Closed it on.
Well, it's been an exciting stream, you know, but guess it's time to end the game.
Very interesting.
All right. Have you seen everything you wanted to? Ready to move on now?
I want to switch which Stanley we're playing as. I want to go back to buff Stanley.
So, Stanley, what do
The
you
new
think?
infinite hole.
Do you like all of the new features? Yes, I know it's not exactly clear yet how exactly these features will come together as one single coherent video game, but I can feel it in my soul. It's going to work. There's definitely a good game in there somewhere. Say, let's do an experiment. I'll arrange these new features together, and we'll see whether or not it coheres into a meaningful gameplay experience. Okay. Are you ready?
Ready.
Here it is. I give you the Stanley Parable 2. I mean, there's potential here, right? It's sort of... Okay, never mind. Hold on. Let me do a different arrangement. Okay, yes, this is much better. I feel good about this. Here we go. Version 2. Who am I kidding, Stanley? This isn't a coherent video game at all. It's a lot of gags. And I do very much enjoy creating gags, but they don't add up to anything.
Look, that's a collectible.
I
No!
wanted more than anything
Red
to create a
jumps.
sequel that would capture all the magic of the first game. I wanted fans to love it. No matter how good these gags are, they won't stand on their own. They would need the structure and the gameplay of the original. Wait, maybe that's it. I can take the original Stanley Parable and simply, well, insert a few of my new features into it. Tastefully, of course. With respect. With care for the vision and integrity of the original game. Would it possibly work? I suppose it could. But it would need a really, really tremendous title screen. A title screen that says with bold and uncompromising conviction, "This is the Stanley Parable 2." Let me see if I can whip something up.
Do we finally get the game?
All right, perfect. Go ahead. Take a look.
Oh. Oh.
What?
Do we finally get the game?
The game?
This is the story of a man named Stanley. Stanley worked for a company in a big
The balloons
building
are there.
where he was employee number 427. Employee number 427's job was simple. He sat at his desk in room 427 and he pushed buttons on a keyboard. Orders came to him through a monitor on his desk, telling him what buttons to push, how long to push them, and in what order. This is what employee 427 did every day of every month of every year. And although others might have considered it soul-rending, Stanley relished every moment that the orders came in, as though he had been made exactly for this job. And Stanley was happy. And then one day, something very peculiar happened. Something that would forever change Stanley. Something he would never quite forget. He had been at his desk for nearly an hour when he realized that not one single order had arrived on the monitor for him to follow. No one had showed up to give him instructions, call a meeting, or even say hi. Never in all his years at the company had this happened, this complete isolation. Something was very clearly wrong. Shocked, frozen
curious to
solid,
see if pressing
Stanley
these will actually
found
do
himself
anything.
unable
Yeah, I
to
thought about
move
that
for
as
the
soon as I saw
longest time. But as he came to his wits and regained his senses, he got up from his desk and stepped out of his office.
Oh, there's
All of his
specific
co-workers were
milliseconds.
gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Wait, no, this resolution's got to be wrong because I used to be able to read these.
True. Alright, you want to go back to the other one? Sequel is now paused. Video. So go backwards one. Alright.
What? Maybe it's just not loaded well.
Maybe the
No
sequel,
matter how hard
you know?
Stanley looked, he couldn't find a trace of his co-workers.
The
Stanley
sequel
went
is not as
around
clear.
touching every little thing in the office, but it didn't make a single difference, nor did it advance the story in any way. Stanley picked up the bucket.
Where's my interact computer?
Guess it's dead.
Or is this taking the same run too?
It wasn't there. You literally checked every computer already.
Stanley clutched the bucket tightly to his chest and entered the door on his left. This was not the correct way to the meeting room, but Stanley had felt the bucket calling to him, telling him that the employee lounge was simply the place to be.
The bucket knows all. Praise the bucket.
Gotta find the collectibles.
And here it was. Had the bucket turned out to be correct? Was this better than the meeting room? Yes, Stanley thought to himself. Yes, perhaps it truly was. How insightful the bucket turned out to be. No, never mind. The bucket was wrong.
No, bucket.
Stanley took the door on his left to go back to the meeting
How
room.
could you do this to me?
No,
Said the bucket.
don't go to the meeting room. Go somewhere else. The cargo lift, yes. Go there. Go to the cargo lift.
Oh, there. Now, this is actually new. Imagine if you fell, though. It's a collectible.
You found one of them. One of the miniature Stanley figurines. Remember, no reward for collecting all of these, only the intrinsic pleasure of a job well done. You can't buy that sort of happiness, Stanley. God knows I've tried. So, I implore you to savor each and every moment you come across one of these beautiful figurines.
Now's the time when we scour every corner. Well, I think it's time for you to hit an ending. Oh, bent? Never mind then. Where is this? Now this is what I was looking for.
Content! Ah! Go back one more?
Nope.
Why can't I read these anymore?
Guess he just wasn't meant to be in the sequel. No reading papers.
Yeah.
I don't want you wasting any more time on unnecessary things.
Narrator dialogue.
Okay, this is day number 295. Tape number... I don't even know. I've lost track. Nothing feels real anymore. The longer I study this bucket, the less sense anything makes. The sheer euphoria I feel every time I pick it up.
Raise the bucket.
No matter how many times I've done it, it's always the same feeling. And the emptiness in my chest when I set it down. It doesn't make sense. There's no explanation for it. I still haven't figured out why I see the world so differently when this bucket is in my arms. Why everything feels so... What do I do with this treasure? I can monetize it.
A true businessman. He knows what he wants.
It's unthinkable the amounts of money people will pay for even just an hour with the bucket. This is my golden ticket. But I have to be careful, because as soon as this gets out, there's going to be a target on my back.
He knows what he's talking about.
Even now, I don't know who might be trying to get... What's that? Who's there?
I know what that is. Gamborata.
I just made it up.
Never know. And I'm not finding anything. Well then.
Oh, I guess you're up.
How many more runs of this do you want to do?
What time is it? 9:59? I don't know. I'm down, like... You?
Alright, well, I mean, I'll keep going.
Have to do a couple more, and then we can...
I mean, it's
Play
also obviously seems like
Overwatch.
there's clearly like 4 more things, right? Because there's the number of collectibles.
Yeah.
Stanley had never seen the office this brightly lit. Was it a sign of something?
I'm gonna try
He
to find
hoped it
those.
was. Stanley lifted the bucket into his arms, and a wave of comfort rushed over him. Stanley clutched the bucket tightly to his chest and entered the door on his left.
Look at the wall on the left. More left. Trust the completionist instinct.
Ah, see?
There will be a reward for finding them all. Oh, look.
Oh, this is where they all are.
Yeah.
Okay, so the room with the large box. Okay, so stairs.
Private
Okay,
but
so
smelly place for an important person. Your boss's bathroom.
yeah. Okay, nearby a fireplace. These are all leading up. So okay, so somewhere red and blue. Okay, I know where all these are. Okay, I think I know where all these are. All the clues been provided by employee 416. Ah, see, now we're getting somewhere. Now we're getting somewhere. All right, stairs.
Coming to a staircase,
Oh.
Stanley and the bucket walked
Go to the boss's
upstairs
office.
to the boss's
Actually,
office.
it's probably no. Okay, yeah, I was thinking the stairs might be this place, but it might be the place where I kept jumping off. Actually,
No, it's for sure that place.
Yeah.
We go to the bathroom.
Oh, no, here it is.
Another miniature Stanley figurine.
I know
This,
what I'm talking about.
You know, there really must be a snappier name for these things. What about mini stands? Stanley
more run
things. What
for the
about
fans.
Stanley?
We'll go into. I'd say let's go until we
I
get to
think I like
collectibles.
that.
Okay.
Another
I think that's a
Stanley
good
under your
Stanley.
belt.
I think that's a good point.
Stan Lorene.
Okay, so nearby a fireplace. Here in the boss's bathroom.
Somewhere red and blue.
I think that's in the basement. So can't do both. Okay. Hello there.
Okay, I'm going back to the name of these little Stanley figurines, and now I'm torn between Stan Lorenes and Figlies.
Figlies.
What name
That's
better
it.
encapsulates the intrinsic sense of happiness that you get from seeing a small number in the corner of your screen go up by one?
Definitely
Let
a
me sit on
Figly.
it. I'm sure it will come to me.
For sure, Figlies.
Alright. Oh, I can go back down. Oh, no, I can't go back down. I don't think that direction. The fireplace has to be here, right?
Yeah, fireplace.
Yeah.
Stepping into his manager's office, Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an indication of any human life. Crushed by the weight of this revelation, Stanley may have broken down into an emotional dumpster fire if not for the soothing presence of the bucket. Even now, in his darkest of hours, did the bucket's warmth and guiding light pierce the dark clouds of confusion and chaos. It would be with him, always. The bucket would. And he knew it. But Stanley guessed the correct code by sheer luck. Was it that the bucket knew all along? Was the bucket guiding him? Yes, this is certainly the most logical explanation.
It might be a different fireplace.
Yeah, or maybe it's just through here. Is it like something
Oh,
about
yeah.
a fireplace?
There we go.
Yeah.
There
You're
we go.
getting close now, Stanley.
All right,
You've
one
nearly
more.
gotten all of the Figler and Marines. Very soon,
Figler and
you'll collect the
Marines.
last one. And then the first
Praise the
number will
bucket.
equal the second
Praise the
number.
bucket.
And that will be it. We'll be different people by then. Different in the sense that we used to have none of them. And now we have them all. You can't go back to when you had no Figler and Marines. None of us can.
Alright, let's just go for an ending now.
Figure and Lorene. All around the western world.
The elevator raced downward, plummeting towards an unknown fate.
My certain doom.
It would be all Stanley could do to keep himself together, if not for the bucket. Soothing him, comforting him, reassuring that in this darkest moment of uncertainty, he would be all right. The bucket is here for you, Stanley. Everything will be fine.
You know, this bucket truly is game-changing. Just because of this one bucket, they re-reported every
Stanley
single
and the
line.
bucket walked straight ahead through the large door that read, Mind Control Facility. The lights rose on an enormous room packed with television screens. What horrible secret did this place hold? Stanley and the bucket both wondered to themselves. But just as Stanley was about to
That's
proceed
new.
further into the mind control facility, he tripped and fell over the railing
How'd
and
you
into
get on
the
that
dark
railing?
void below.
climbed up
Thankfully,
onto the
he
chair
fell
and then
directly
onto the
onto
desk.
the bucket, which safely
Ah, yes, the
cushioned
bucket.
his fall.
Clutch.
Now,
Saving me once
what
again.
to do next? Stanley wondered. Stanley and the bucket could find no way out of this enormous pit, and so eventually they decided that the best thing to do would be to simply get comfortable down here.
Okay, this is actually new.
So they set up a little couch and
Oh,
relaxed.
how nice.
It really wasn't so bad down
Only I
here.
could sit
a bit
now.
cold, perhaps. After some time had gone by, they installed a few shelves as well, and a sort
Aw,
of kitchenette
Stanley and the
that was
bucket.
useful for when the bucket was craving paninis.
Paninis. Where's my panini maker?
But it wasn't until the rugs and the standing lamps came in that it really started to feel like a home. In fact, after some time, Stanley realized that it had been ages since he had even thought of the mind control facility at all. He'd never gotten to fully explore what was up there, never been able to unearth the many mysteries of the mind control facility. This lack of closure began to eat at him. Soon he was dwelling on his regrets, and the state of their home slowly decayed as Stanley became withdrawn and neglected the cleaning. It unsettled the bucket deeply.
I'm
Stanley
cheating. Oh,
wasn't
that's the
usually
left.
like this.
There's
The
another
bucket tried to reach out to him again and again, but to no avail. All Stanley could think about, all he could talk about, was going back, doing it over again, staying on the path. It was a mistake to leave the path. It was a mistake. It was a mistake. I need to do what the narrator says. I need to see the true ending. This made no sense at all to the bucket, which was simply trying to live its life down here as comfortably as possible. Yet Stanley was unconsolable. This isn't an
My
ending.
wife, I think.
This is just a hole in the ground. The bucket sighed. True, it wasn't an ending. But it's where we happen to be. And maybe, possibly, if we accept the reality of things, maybe this will become an ending eventually. It's what the bucket was counting on. The two of them waited for a very long time.
Oh, well, waited very long.
You got the bucket ending.
Indeed. Hey, that was new for me. I'll take
Yeah.
that, you know? I wasn't expecting to actually encounter... I was gonna go run straight to the true ending, you know? Listen to the narrator, shut off the mind control machine, and then I accidentally fell off the edge of the world.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean?
Why can't I read
Stanley
it
decided to go to the
anymore?
meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Alright, let's get the figurine ending.
Alright. Figurines Finders Committee.
Ooh, no bucket today. Ooh, spicy. The bucket is too relatable. Well, can't relate to the bucket anymore.
When Stanley came to a set of two open doors, he entered the door on his left.
We're almost there.
Something red and blue. Is
Yeah,
this
go to the
something-
basement.
Okay. Lies, who are you?
There will be cleaning of
666
this world.
LOL. I want them so much. I want to go home. Stop kidding yourselves.
We'll worry about that later.
Oh no, no, not again. I won't be
it's not
part
an
of this.
ending, so
I'm
it's
not going to
fine.
encourage you. I'm not going to say anything at all. I'm just going to be patient and wait for you to finish whatever it is you enjoy doing so much in this room. Please take. Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
Oh, wait, I think we took the wrong route.
Dude, I used to be able to read these.
Oh, well,
It's my whole gig, you know? It's my gag.
maybe you shouldn't have
This
messed
is
with
just
the
a dream,
settings.
isn't it?
Yeah, wait, so you're gonna just restart the run. Just restart the run. We went down the wrong route. Can't go back. Unless you want to do an ending.
I don't even have the bucket.
It's true. What do you want to do?
I'll just go do something.
Alright. Sad the bucket broke up with
Stepping
Stanley.
into
It's
his
true.
manager's office, Stanley was
No,
once
Stanley
again
broke up with the
stunned to
bucket.
discover not an indication of any
4, 5.
human life. What could it mean? Stanley
4, 5?
wondered aloud to nobody. He began wildly tearing through papers on the boss's desk. Stanley was in such a rush to get through the story as quickly as possible, he didn't even have a single minute to just let the narrator talk. That kind of anxiety isn't healthy, so he relaxed for a few moments with some calming New Age music.
But you need to calm down.
I miss my bucket.
Feeling soothed and rejuvenated, Stanley calmly walked forward into the opened passageway.
Newfound determination. You found your way to make the way to the elevator. Well, what ending?
Are you sure you know where something red and blue is?
Yeah.
Like positive.
Yep. I just gotta remember how to actually get there. But I know exactly where it is.
Stanley walked straight ahead through the large door that read Mind Control Facility.
How did you fall down there?
Where? Oh, I just climbed up on the chair and then on the desk and on the railing. Thought you wanted a new ending. I guess there's no bucket this time.
Aha! You've made it to the bottom of the Mind Control Facility. Welcome! You see, back when the Stanley Parable first launched in 2013, getting to the bottom of the mind control facility was a bug that we simply didn't catch during development. And you all sent us lots of photos of it on Twitter and acted very superior about it. And you're all very, very clever. Good for you. Anyway, when it came time to update the game, we knew that we had to do something about this little goof of ours. So here you go. New content. You can call it the bottom of the mind control room ending, if that enhances your perception of the value of these updates. Isn't that what you crave? New content? Always more content, more content, more. And I'm here to give it to you. I'm here to make it seem like we really covered every nook and cranny of the game, with secrets and Easter eggs. How about this? We wrote a new piece of music just for this section. You won't hear it anywhere else in the game. It's a secret that's just for you. That's how special you are. We call this track, Good Job You've Made It to the Bottom of the Mind Control Facility. Well done.
I wonder if the bucket literally doubles the number of endings you have.
Good job, you did it. Good job. 3, 2, 1. Good job, you made it to the bottom of the mind control facility.
It's a banger.
You jumped on the catwalk.
Honestly, best part, best ending.
Should have been careful. You should have been careful. It used to be a bug, but now it's an ending. Yeah, now it's an ending. I believe in you. I believe in your ability to cross this barrier. Chase your dreams. But railings don't mean anything. Good job, you did it. Good job, you did it. Good job, you did it. Good job, you did it.
What a banger. Better be on Spotify.
Good job, you did it.
Just have to
Good
look.
job, you did it. Good job, you did it. Good job, you did it. Good job, you did it.
Man, this is like a new workout song. Thank you. Oh, well.
Let's see if we can find the. Let's see if we can find the
there's my
ending.
run. Okay.
Well, probably going from. Oh man! Oh man! My mouse. The number of times we're rotating seats.
Good job, you did it.
New karaoke song.
New karaoke song.
All right, let's do this.
We need karaoke.
Stanley
Where's my-
had never seen
We
the
should
office
stream
this brightly lit.
karaoke.
Was it a
We
sign
should
of
IRL
something?
karaoke
He
stream?
hoped it
You literally
was.
just get
He
shut down
hoped
the moment
very
you start.
much that it was. The
No, 'cause we're
confusion and the
singing it.
chaos
That
all
doesn't
matter.
seemed to
DMCA?
melt away
No
as
way.
Stanley
We'll
embraced
change the key
bucket.
too.
I don't know if that's how that works.
We're gonna do it. Hannah
Stanley
and
touched
Van
the bucket
Guard, all the
quickly to
fans
his
can
You
chest
can
come.
do it on
and
your
entered
stream,
the door.
Okay.
which won't
Now,
stop it.
Okay.
I went the wrong way. I'm an idiot. I'm an idiot. I literally was
You're an
not paying
idiot.
attention, and then I just went the entirely wrong direction.
Oh, go get a new bucket in.
I'm gonna restart.
Ah, savage!
Fine. Hey, maybe beginning the game again with the bucket is its own ending.
Go in the closet with the bucket.
Oh, Stanley, can you feel it? The broom closet. It wants the bucket. You can feel that, can't you? The aura of jealousy.
Let me
It's
give
as
it to
clear
it.
as day.
It
This
deserves
broom
it.
closet believes it deserves the
That's
bucket.
right.
I
Everyone
can really
deserves the
feel it
bucket.
now. It's a bucket. It belongs in a broom closet. That's what the broom closet is trying to say here. It's supposed to go with the other cleaning supplies. Good for you, Stanley. Don't give in. Don't
Take
hand
the bucket.
over the bucket. I know how hard it must be, given the pressure that the broom closet is putting on your shoulders right now, but you have to be strong. This is your bucket. This is your companion and lifelong friend. You can't hand it over. Oh no. We're getting into name-calling now, it seems. Is this how low the broom closet has sunk, that it has to resort to this stream of petty insults simply in order to
No,
get
don't
you
give
to
in.
hand over the bucket? Stanley, I never liked this broom closet for a variety of reasons, but even this is worse than I had imagined. And wait, now the broom closet has the
Hell
gall
yeah,
to
it's our
imply
bucket.
that you and the bucket are not truly deep and lasting
Are you
friends.
kidding me? We built a
That
house.
your relationship is purely
A family
superficial
at the
and
bottom of
convenient,
the mind
that your
control
life
facility.
is so banal and meaningless that
And
you'd feel
eventually
the
ended
same sort of
terribly.
kinship towards any inanimate object which happened to lay in your path in an even partially enticing manner. Well, I never. Go on, Stanley. Lay into it. Really tell the broom closet off for its demeaning comments. Expand on the wide variety of experiences you and the bucket have shared together. Go through each of them point by point.
Right. We
Share your journal entries detailing the
jumped
rich
off
emotional landscape of your
railings
feelings
together.
for the bucket, as they have changed and evolved over the years.
Spent
Let
the
him
whole
have it.
30 minutes with this bucket already. The number of experiences and memories and bonds we have is unsurmountable.
Okay, I've
So
got
many.
you something which I think will help settle this debate once and for all. Here we go.
Oh.
There.
Property of Stanley!
Now it's settled. No more debate, no more discussion.
I mean, the
Take a
relationship the
hike
bucket and I
room
have
closet
go much
with
deeper
all your
than
meandering
owning
philosophical
and property.
diatribes about the
Yeah.
nature of cleaning supplies and their relationship to broom closets in the natural order of
Smash
things.
the patriarchy. Natural order of things is 2022.
All right, I've got a second sticker back here, and I'm going to slap it on as well because I think it's appropriate. You see? I feel that it works because the sticker is also a bucket. That way, if you're ever unsure whether the thing you're holding is a bucket or not,
insurmountable? What
you
did I
can look
say?
down at this sticker and say to yourself,
what I not said? What did I
it's
say?"
a bucket. There really is a wide variety of
Flip it.
applications for this
Streamer
sticker.
mispronounces insurmountable Omega Lol 5 het XD.
Got enough things you
You know
wanna,
what?
enough
I
Twitch
could
lingo you
take
wanna
the
add
name
there?
calling and the dismissal of your kinship with the bucket, but now the broom closet is just giving us the silent treatment. And to be honest, I'm sick of the pettiness on display. You can stay here all you like, but I've had it with this impetulant room of cleaning supplies. Easily the most childish such room I've ever been in. I'll see you outside, and we can get on with the story about you and your bucket.
Oh, did I say unsurmountable? Oh, well, you know,
Unsurmountable.
close enough.
Papega. Can we get some papegas in chat?
No, you can't, because that doesn't exist on YouTube. I mean, I guess you can type it out, but like, is it even the same at that point? I believe that truly is it. Alright.
Papaya's in chat. Papega. 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 Papega.
Okay. Let's think. What do we want to do now?
Property
Coming
of
to a
Stanley.
staircase, Stanley and the bucket walked upstairs to the boss's office.
Now, we'll do the actual ending, you know? Let's see what it looks like with the bucket.
Drop the bucket. Heresy.
Stepping into his manager's office, Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an indication of any
Steve,
human
back pain?
life.
No?
Crushed by the weight of
pain
this
of,
revelation,
any bodily
Stanley
sort.
may have broken down into an emotional
must be
dumpster
because of the chair.
to guess the
Hold it
correct
by
Must be
advice
because of the
he loved.
chair.
Was it the
It's
bucket knew
superior.
all along?
It's like
Was the bucket guiding him? Yes.
Oh, I
this is
forgot it has a
certainly the most
leg
logical
rest.
Yep.
explanation.
it is covered in dust. When's the last time you used it?
The bottom side.
How do I? Oh yeah.
And you can also lean the chair back so it's actually comfortable. I've made it so makes my back straight. That's why the chair's so far forward.
Still. What about the figures? We only need one more.
I'm working on it. You know, I was gonna get them.
Talk to a viewer like that?
Yeah, that's how I talk to all my viewers.
Dear viewer, Diacosmos apologizes and appreciates your patronage to his channel.
No, F you. I do
Well,
I do what I
tried.
want.
I tried to salvage this operation. Okay.
Yeah, you want to lean the chair back? It might be
Stanley
fine.
and the bucket
Fine.
walked straight ahead through the large door that read Mind
All right,
Control
okay, let's go.
Facility.
You're the only one that has my back. Not my viewers, not my fellow gamer. Just you, Bucket.
The lights rose on an enormous room packed with television screens.
That's right, wow.
What horrible secret did this place hold? Stanley and the bucket both wondered to themselves.
No secret more horrible than mine.
Pronunciation of insurmountable.
I know how to pronounce insurmountable. I just said unsurmountable.
Sure.
The monitors jumped to life, and Stanley nearly dropped the bucket in shock. Everyone in
Off
the
the edge you
office
go.
was being videotaped, monitored like guinea pigs. The bucket had never seen anything like this, and it
Oh,
very
don't worry,
nearly
Bucket.
burst
Bucket,
into
please,
tears
no.
as
That
Stanley
explains the viewer
cradled it
count, true.
gently, reassuring it that everything would be fine.
Savage. Cutthroat.
Hey, if you roast people, just get
Yeah,
ready to get roasted
can't
back.
take the heat.
Was
Get
the
up out
bucket
the
under the
kitchen.
mind control facility's influence as well? Had the bucket been told to do things it didn't wish to do?
Does the
What
bucket not
kinds
truly
of
love me?
things does a bucket want to do or not want to do in the first place? These questions raced furiously in Stanley's feeble mind. No! He screamed into the bucket. He couldn't
Scream
accept
into
it.
it.
His own life in someone else's control. Never! He squeezed the bucket tighter. His one friend in the entire
That's
world.
right.
Oh,
My
bucket-
one
bucket
friend.
Chan.
He could trust no one
Bucket-kun. Step
except
bucket.
for the bucket.
Oh, step bucket.
But here was the proof. The heart of the operation. Controls labeled with emotions. Happy or sad or content. Walking, eating, working, all of it monitored and commanded from this very place.
Bucket wants the broom
As
closet.
the cold reality of his past
That's
began
just
to sink in,
supposed to be stuffed by that
Stanley
mop.
decided that this
No, that's just 'cause it's
machinery
under
would
my
never again
control.
exert its terrible power over another human life.
We did it, Bucket.
We
did it.
saved the world. As it was meant to be.
Stanley and the bucket waited in blackness. Was it over? Yes, they had done it. Stanley and the bucket had defeated their greatest and darkest enemy, freed themselves from the tyrannical grip of the evil mind control machine. Freedom was now mere moments away. Excitedly, the two of them began to discuss the kind of life they wanted to live once they stepped through this massive door. The bucket wanted to learn to roller skate. Stanley wanted to sneeze in every country on Earth. Both
Very
of them wanted
ambitious,
to
both of
begin
them.
watching a movie, any movie, but then stop it halfway through and begin watching it in reverse from the end. True, it was a simple life they envisioned,
Hot take.
but it was one they'd lived together, with one another to lean on, to trust, to support.
What?
What? Wait. What was happening? Why had the door stopped? Was Stanley and the bucket not about to be
he's gonna
free?
step on the bucket to get out.
An unbearable silence filled the room.
The bucket's gonna say,
lingering
"Use
in
me."
uncertainty. Until finally the truth hit Stanley square in the face. This building did not want the bucket to leave.
Throw the bucket to freedom! Throw the bucket to
The facility
freedom!
itself recognized the
No!
incredible calming presence. of the
Damn
bucket.
you,
Get out,
bucket!
bucket!
Needed the soothing warmth. of
At
the
least you
bucket.
have to get out, bucket!
Already lents not to part with the bucket. No, no, no. Stanley can't leave this place. Not while he has such a precious bucket in his arms. Not while this building has anything to say about it. Stanley realized he would never again leave this very room. But at least he has the bucket. To be trapped eternally in darkness isn't really so bad, Stanley thought to himself. As long as I have my bucket with me, right? I'll be okay, won't I? Stanley gulped.
No.
Very soon now, he was about to find out.
Alright.
Lay bucket.
Alright, so what you have to do is not listen to his instructions.
Okay.
After a certain point,
Anarchy.
do its own thing, but like you have to go to like the room with the like, construction and stuff.
Okay.
With the boxes, I'm pretty sure.
Okay. Should I bring the bucket? I'll bring the bucket.
Yeah, why not?
Hello. This is a recorded message scheduled either by you or a person in your place of work. The purpose of this message is to warn you about the dangers of recorded messages.
Yeah, nope.
If at any time you believe you are listening to a
Okay, it has
stickers.
the stickers.
Warmth spread through Stanley's arms. With the bucket in his arms again, he was home.
into your perceptual sphere. Thank you.
Alright, enter the door on the right.
Stanley clutched the bucket tightly to his chest. This was not the correct way to the meeting room.
Oh, the red and
But
blue
Stanley
door
had
thing.
felt
Yes,
the
that's
bucket
the red and
calling
blue
to
door
him,
thing.
telling him that the employee lounge was simply the place to be.
I know what that is.
And here it was.
Okay, so I
Had the
believe
bucket turned out to be correct?
here you go
Was it?
straight.
No, never mind.
I
The
believe.
bucket was wrong. Stanley took the door on his left to go back to the meeting
I
room,
believe you don't take that elevator down.
No,
said the bucket.
don't go to the meeting room.
Okay.
Go somewhere else. The cargo lift, yes. Go there.
Jump
Good,
off the
said
lift
bucket.
and then
Now
not
ride the
to your
lift
death,
all the way
to
to
that
the top.
railway again.
There's something up there I need you
yeah,
to
yeah,
do.
yeah. Oh, I mean, oh,
Stanley
I'm not.
did not
but-
question why or how this bucket was speaking to him.
Bucket wants me to go up
It
there.
should have alarmed him, of course, because buckets
That's
can't
a
talk.
separate thing.
But Stanley chose not
No,
to
that
think about
telephone's
this
over there.
obvious fact.
Jump
He
down
was
when you get the
firmly
chance.
convinced that the bucket had spoken to him, and he unthinkingly
That was
did
close.
whatever the bucket asked.
Alright, this should be the correct direction.
Property of Stanley. He should have thrown the bucket over.
Yeah.
And here I thought you were a bucket defender.
What do you mean?
Look at that. 5 messages earlier. That's our bucket, and then you just turn on the bucket like that
What
for
do you mean?
freedom.
No, she's saying the bucket should have gone to freedom.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
Also, the bucket wasn't
I
even
accused you.
against us. It was the building. The building wanted to keep the bucket.
Yeah, I'm saying she was a
Yeah,
bucket.
yeah. All right.
Okay.
All right. This should be the red and blue door thing up ahead.
No, stop. Look there on the wall. You see? There's a sign right there. It says,
What the
no
fetch?
buckets past this point. Stanley, how could you think it was okay to bring the bucket
I'm just
here?
trying to get to the
Unless-
figurine.
What if the problem is that you actually don't know what is a bucket and what isn't a bucket? I suppose that would explain a lot about your behavior up to this point. Which, if that's true, well, my goodness, I think we have to do something about it. This misunderstanding could have dire consequences on the entire rest of the game if not addressed quickly and properly. So much of the impact of the story is dependent on your understanding of what is and isn't a bucket. Please, step in here for a moment.
Oh no, we're actually not gonna make it.
Wait, I don't know what this is.
It's a separate thing. It's a whole
Okay.
new thing. We're not gonna make it to the red and blue door.
Now then, I'm going to run you through some test scenarios, and you'll tell me whether or not the thing I'm showing you
What is
is
this
a
room
bucket.
that we're in? It's like
Simple enough, right? This should tell us everything we'll ever need to know about what is or is not a
stand-up
bucket.
stage.
Okay, let's begin.
The caption.
Item 1. Is this a bucket?
Are you sure about that?
Incorrect. It is a
Zach.
hologram of a bucket, not an actual
You got
bucket.
fooled.
Item 2. Is this a bucket?
Oh,
Correct. It is a 3D printed recreation of a bucket, not an
WTF.
actual bucket.
XD.
it's time for game show. You want to play a game?
What is bucket?
Item 3.
Like that cake show.
Is this a
Yeah,
bucket?
exactly.
Oh, I'm so good.
This is a bucket.
Okay.
That's a bucket.
Item 4. Is this a bucket?
Yes.
Are you hallucinating? This is a tractor. It's an enormous machine that tills the earth. I thought this was a gimmick. How on earth did you manage to screw it up? Absolutely incredible.
I got buckets on my mind.
Let's
I
just
could
move
never
on to
give
the
a
next
fuck.
one.
Fill them up with water and you dip them with a mop. Buckets on
Is
my
this a
mind.
bucket?
That's a tractor. No, the.
Bro, that's a bucket. What are you doing?
Incorrect. This is a
Bro,
bucket.
that was a gimme.
Oh my gosh. Game sucks.
Item 6. Is this a bucket?
Not sure what sucks here.
Trick
Is
question.
it you or the,
Both.
the game
Gotcha.
show?
Question both?
It's yes and no. It's both a bucket and not a bucket.
Item... Wait,
Schrodinger's
hold on. I
bucket.
can't find the next one. Let me see. It should be around here somewhere.
I got buckets on my mind.
Oh, it's an invisible bucket.
Yes. Thank you. There's nothing here. Of course it isn't a bucket. We both know full well that nothing isn't a bucket. Wait, when I say nothing isn't a bucket, that makes it sound like I'm saying everything is
Everything
a bucket.
is a
which of course
bucket.
is
He
not
just said it.
true.
Clip it.
Everything is a bucket.
Clip
The
it.
cake is a lie.
Answer me straight, Stanley. Are you trying to tell me that you believe everything
Yes.
is a bucket? You know what? I'm too confused to even sort it out. I've lost all sense of perspective. What is a bucket? What isn't a bucket? Mere moments ago I could answer these questions with confidence, and yet now I'm somewhat adrift. Do any of us know what a bucket is? Am I a bucket? Stanley, I can't keep doing this. I'm losing myself, and myself was all I ever had to begin with. I'm afraid the bucket is threatening to tear our relationship apart. I can't have that. I'm sorry, but I'm going to erase all buckets from the game entirely. Okay, here we go.
Should have answered. Should have answered.
What do you mean answer?
Should have told him that he was a bucket.
What happened? Is everything gone?
Because he was a
Why did
bucket.
everything disappear?
Everything's a
Because
bucket.
everything's a
Was
bucket.
everything a bucket? Every single thing in the game was a bucket. Oh my God, I had no idea. How could... Except me. I'm not a bucket after all. And you, Stanley, you're still here. You're not a bucket either. Oh, this is wonderful news.
We're not
We're
buckets.
That's terrible news.
Yes, I actually feel much more at ease right now. It's delightful to get some clarity on that issue, but it doesn't change the fact that we haven't got a game. So, tell you what, I'll reset
Actually gonna be
everything.
all buckets
we'll put
now.
back all of the buckets, okay? And we'll know that it's all a bucket. But if you run into anyone else, maybe don't mention that. Who knows what that information might do to a person? All right, here we go.
Okay. Pretty sure it's just gonna reset. It's the blue room. This
All
is
of his co-workers
technically
were
an
gone.
ending. Well, you
What could it
you
make?
ended the
Stanley
game.
picked up the bucket
technically.
and smiled. He'd never be
saying
alone
it's
again,
done?
not
Yeah.
truly alone.
But also
not
you picked
with
up the bucket already.
around.
Oh.
Stanley pressed the bucket upon every little thing in the
Yep, the
office.
whiteboard ending.
Nothing responded to the bucket's touch,
Go to the
but it
whiteboard.
did little to discourage Stanley's belief in the magic of the bucket.
We'll go to the next room.
Don't.
I mean, I don't think the whiteboard ending is actually an ending. But try closing the door behind yourself. Yep. Ooh, dog mode's on.
The heck?
You don't want dog mode on? And then the game just is normal. This is just like a random one, like
Stanley
something
clutched the
chance
bucket
happening.
tightly to his chest
One
and
in
entered the
300
door
or
on his
something.
left.
Oh, I thought it. Oh,
Doesn't matter, you have the bucket, so
oh yeah.
it's already too late.
Terrorize the viewers.
Yeah, honestly, what are you doing this to?
Content.
Wow, we're never gonna get this figure whatever it was.
Stanley, we must move on from this broom closet, simply because I have no remaining stickers. If I did, you can guarantee we'd be in here for hours. But alas, no stickers.
I want stickers.
Coming to a staircase, Stanley and the bucket walked upstairs to the boss's office.
Gun to a panda.
Business strategy. I got money. Hey, it's just me in the bucket, and we gonna tuck it, and we gonna surf, and you know that we love it. Hey, I be bucket in the water, sea salt, getting that rust in the water. Hey, and you know I got a bucket, and you know it loves me, and you know that we free. We up on the beach, and we look in the sea, and we see all the birds, and you know that we free.
I remember this now. Press the elevator button.
Does it never end?
I don't think you actually go anywhere.
Also right.
Maybe we should have turned on the brightness. Yeah, the elevator never actually goes anywhere.
Go down. Uh-huh. Yeah, it's a bucket and me. And we chillin' by the sea. Hey, and we eatin' for free. Cause I got a bucket and the bucket is free. Cause it's metal and it's shiny, you see. It's property of Stanley. Got a yellow sticker. Yeah, and you know that I stick with her.
Yeah, this has been freestyling with Critch.
This is the
just
freestyle elevator.
This is just a sample of what you can catch from him on Fridays during his freestyle Fridays on his stream.
I should make that a thing, shouldn't I?
Yeah,
That'd be
I mean,
sick.
why not?
While I'm racing?
I don't
Be
think
too
you
much
focus,
brain power.
but
No, it's so hard. And funny to play this
Stepping
piano.
into his manager's office, Stanley was once again stunned to discover not
Password?
an indication of any
2845.
human life. Crushed by the weight of this revelation, Stanley may have broken, but Stanley guessed the correct code by sheer luck.
Woof!
Was it that the bucket knew all along? Was the bucket guiding him? Yes, this is certainly the most logical explanation.
I'm never gonna get this last figure.
We'll have to abandon the bucket. Goodbye, bucket.
Okay, so there's still another ending we can get with the bucket down here. Oh, actually, there's still.
I mean, I think every ending is now just bucketable.
Well, I'm saying the ones there's guns we've gotten.
Yeah.
But actually, there is the path to the left that we have.
Oh yeah, I'm going to go. Well, and there's
Stanley and the
place
bucket
cooking-
walked straight ahead through the
No,
large
turn it on.
door
They're
that
cleared
read
on, yeah.
Mind
Yeah.
Control
So, yeah,
Facility.
So you have a few options.
Although this passageway had the word escape written on it, the truth was that at the end of this hall, Stanley and the bucket would both meet a violent death.
I don't believe it.
The door behind them was not shut. Stanley and the bucket still had every opportunity to turn around and get back on track.
I don't
At this point,
believe
Stanley and the
you.
bucket were knowingly walking forward into a very painful death for each of them.
Bucket, do you trust me?
Have trust in the bucket.
Spoilers. How that flow, XD.
I'm gonna die.
Oh, I actually think I might remember this. Oh yeah. Okay. Well, bucket.
It's been a good run.
Maybe if we had
As
jumps
the machine
left.
whirred into motion and Stanley and the bucket inched closer to their demise, Stanley reflected on how meaningless the bucket's warmth and comfort had turned out to
No,
be.
bucket, don't listen to him.
It puts the mind and the soul at ease to embrace the bucket. But what use is a sense of ease when you're about to be crushed to death? This is what Stanley thought to himself, and he sort of kicked himself for wasting so much time carrying a bucket everywhere. Farewell, Stanley.
No, bucket. It stops it.
Farewell, Stanley, cried the narrator, as Stanley and the bucket were led helplessly into the enormous metal jaws. In a single visceral instant, the bucket's life came to an end, as it was crushed violently to death.
No. What? Fucking dog.
It
Excuse
was a
me, it's the
shame,
Stanley
the
Parable
death
2?
of such a magnificent bucket. It's true that all buckets are radiant in their own way, but this one stood above the rest. It was a glorious bucket to behold.
That it was.
Ah, old exhibit dedicated to the bucket.
The bucket. Welcomes you to the grand exhibit. You are standing at the precipice of knowledge. Much like bucket itself, the human mind is frequently empty within, a cavernous void. But through use of the exhibit in front of you, the mind becomes full and rich and substantiated. Knowledge of the bucket and its history is the only true knowledge we really have. Will you take what you learn out here with you into the new world? Will you accept with an open mind what may be challenging about the information in this exhibit? Will you change the lives of yourself and your loved ones as a result of this exhibit? Will you turn a blind eye and continue to live as you were, in ignorance and darkness?
That's right, new narrator. Stanley's Parable is an equal opportunity game for both female and male narrators to partake in the narration.
Can you see how arrogant it was for Stanley to take a bucket like this and to claim it for his own? Can you see the hubris that blinded him? Can you see that the bucket is far more noble than Stanley will ever be in his short life?
A photograph of 25 buckets, the greatest number of buckets ever captured on camera. The photographer experienced catatonic shock for several weeks as a result of the euphoria from exposure to this many buckets at once. 25 buckets.
500 of those must be fake buckets. They're holograms or 3D printed.
Of course, this is Leonardo da Vinci's of a bucket.
A bucket with 2 handles. Revolutionary.
This bucket is depicted as having 2 handles. Such a design has never been created in life, having been deemed too dangerous and recklessly experimental. Every year, dozens. A bucket. Heavy.
Inferno buckets.
A replica of the Inferno bucket, which in the medieval era was so powerfully alluring that it drove dozens of nations to war with one another for control of it. Billions died, yet, in spite of it all, the simple fact remains: no one will a bucket.
Alright, let's play a game, guys. How many voices can Critch do? Sent it without commentary. You looked out for this one. Takes it all. Throws it in the bucket.
Cave drawing. While we know that the buckets predate the existence of mankind, we do not know by how long. This cave drawing depicts early man's discovery of the practical uses of the bucket, by which time the bucket had already likely been around for several millennia. Notice in these drawings how the bucket is allowing itself to be used, having judged humanity to be worthy of its treasures.
I don't know, that sounded very similar to the first voice when we first came upon
I was
this
going
exhibit.
for a Kiwi, and then so it's hard to do it with headphones on. Can't hear
No
myself as
man
well.
can own a bucket, and certainly not a bucket as dazzling to behold as this one. It is man who should kneel before the bucket.
Hey, praise the bucket.
All hail the bucket!
It's narrated knows. Oh,
Hanging
okay.
bucket. This piece symbolizes the necessary relationship between bucket and humanity. However clear our grasp of the bucket may be, there is yet more that is always out of reach. This distance, inevitably, for our own good. The hanging.
Alright, let's move it along. It's almost 3 hours. Okay. We had one goal in mind back
There
when it
is
was 2 hours.
something
And
we can do,
we're still an hour
something
here.
we can do together, you and I, that will right this terrible wrong.
Oh no.
Let Stanley die. Let him be crushed by the machine. Don't reset the game. Don't give him another opportunity to run off with another beautiful bucket. We can save the world's buckets from their treatment as tools and implements if only we let Stanley die together. The bucket shall take its place as ruler, as leader,
She's right,
as
Stanley.
founder of a new world, a new vision.
Praise the bucket!
That, their lives come to an end.
Can Thomas make it to the last collectible?
So that's-
Find out now.
Truly is the question.
Damn. That was a good one. Let Stanley die!
Alright, don't
Throw
touch
it into the
bucket.
fire!
Co-workers were
No
gone.
buckets.
What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the
Ignore
meeting
the
room.
bucket. You don't
Perhaps he had
exist.
simply missed a memo.
See no evil, hear no evil.
Gang gang, see no bucket, grab no bucket.
Alright, we go right.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open
Right.
doors, this was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to
get
stop
those
by the
angles.
employee lounge first.
Hiding
just to
like
see
straight
it.
lines.
Stanley felt
Nice,
lightheaded,
nice.
butterflies in his stomach, but eager to get back to business.
Here we should go
Stanley
straight.
took the first open door on his left. Stanley was so bad at following
Oh
directions,
no, I lost time on
it's
that corner.
incredible he wasn't 5 years ago.
That's right, you're still on track for a PB.
Look, Stanley, I think perhaps we've gotten off on the wrong foot here. I'm not your enemy, really, I'm not. I realize that investing your trust in someone else can be difficult, but the fact is that the story has been about nothing but you all this time. There's someone you've been neglecting, Stanley. Someone you... What? Really?
Alright guys, we're here.
I was in
We're
the
gonna
middle
get
of
it.
something.
go.
Do you
We're
have
just the final
zero
figure.
consideration for others? Are you that convinced that I want
Before I
something
forgot
bad
where
to
the-
happen to you?
before I forgot
What?
where the doors
I don't
are.
know how to convince you of this, but I really do
buckets.
want to help you, to show you something beautiful. Look,
yes.
let me prove it. Let me prove that I'm on your side. And there it is, the last Stiggly Wiggly. Savor this moment, Stanley. This is a real accomplishment. This is doing something just for the sake of doing it. Where so many people expect to be rewarded for the most trivial achievements, you've insisted that a job well done is its own reward.
I bet we have to go back to the,
I
room,
would
the
tell
meeting
you
room
that I'm
now.
proud of you for collecting them all, but that would be like a reward, and we can't have that. So, instead I'll just say, it's done. We're all done here. And now we can go to whatever the hell you were doing before you hunted for figurines.
Nice.
Now listen carefully, this is important. Stanley walked through the red door. Aha, perhaps you misunderstood. Stanley walked through the red door. I still don't think we're communicating properly. All right, fine, go ahead, Stanley. You want to know so badly what's out there? You want to find out what lies at the end of this road you've chosen? Well, don't let me stop you. You see? There's nothing here. I haven't even finished building this section of the map because you were never supposed to be here in the first place. Broken rooms, exposed developer textures. Is this what you had wanted? Was it worth ruining the entire story I had written out specifically for you?
Gosh.
Do you not think I put a lot of time into that? Because I did. And in the end, it was all for nothing. Because this is what you wanted to see. Help me here, Stanley. Help elucidate these strange and unknowable desires of yours. What would have made this game better? What did you want to see? Vehicles? Skill trees? Work with me. You've given me absolutely nothing so far.
Skill tree?
Tell you what. Let me take a stab in the dark at a new design, and you can give me some feedback. There we go. A third option. This already feels leaps ahead of where we were before. Okay, I'm going to stop you there. Now, tell me about your experience with this new version.
Sucked.
Would you say that the game benefited from allowing you more choices? Feel free to be honest. I'm looking for some real critical feedback here.
Here it is.
A 1? I mean, I can understand if you had reservations, you saw ways the game could be improved to more fully express itself mechanically and artistically, but a 1? That's not even helpful. What am I supposed to do with that? But I guess it isn't my place to judge. Here, based on the data from your previous playthrough, I've compiled a new version. And to be perfectly candid, I think I've knocked it out of the park with this one. Let's take a look. Now, would you say that competitive leaderboard helped you feel motivated to keep walking through doors? Again, honest answers, please. Hey, I nearly forgot. I've got a prototype of a new game I've been working on, and now would be a lovely opportunity to give it some playtesting. Hey, I nearly forgot. I've got a prototype of a new game I've been working on.
I didn't think that loop. Oh, okay.
In this game, the baby crawls left towards danger.
Die, baby,
you click
die.
the button to move him back to the right, and if he reaches the fire, you fail. It's a very meaningful game, all about the desperation and tedium of endlessly confronting the demands of family life. I think the art world will really take notice. But of course, the message of the game only becomes clear once you've been playing it for about 4 hours. So why don't you give it 4 hours of play to make sure it's effective? Be sure to keep notes on your experience.
Savage, Thomas.
Die, baby, die.
You heartless bastard.
That's right.
Did you do it because you hate babies or purely to spite me?
Because I hate
if it's
babies.
the latter, well, I don't know what to do. I'm completely out of ideas. I can't think of a single thing that might improve the experience for me. I'm not even going to try. I'm out, I'm done. It's over. Thank you for playing. Your input was extremely valuable. Oh, hey, since my game was so awful, why don't we play someone else's game? Just to ease the pain. Let's see. What do we have here? Yes, this seems like it'll work. Let's give it a shot.
I've been like,
Here we go.
what?
Aha! Fascinating.
Firewatch?
What do you think this game is about, Stanley?
They changed the
What's
game
our
you play.
backstory? What is our motivation?
This is Firewatch.
I know.
Well, it seems
this
obvious
new?
to me that you are meant to
Yeah.
play as a creepy man spying on innocent civilians below you
that what the
from
game's
up
about?
high in
No.
your creep
Have you
tower.
played this?
Perhaps for
It's
some
so
sort
fun.
of twisted,
I know.
erotic
I've heard
purpose.
good things about
It's
it.
a great game.
Yes,
No
that
fucking
must be
way.
it.
That's
What a
so
fascinating
cool.
venture into the experience of total mental depravity. So far, I love everything about this game, Stanley. And it seems there's even more. Come, let's venture outward and see what else is out there.
Man, you ain't even played the game. You get the Firewatch.
They changed its ending. This game was not originally here.
This is sick.
Oh, whoops, I went the complete opposite direction. I don't know if they changed all the games or... No, they probably changed all the games. Yeah, it used to be like Minecraft here and Portal.
Wait, really?
Uh-huh. Curious what they changed it to now.
Oh no. No, it can't be.
Look, open world. I can go anywhere. The choices are infinite. The graphics are so much better. This is what I was promised. This is what I wanted.
It's an open world game. Good God, quickly block it off.
Oh no.
Oh, thank goodness, Stanley. What a close call. You nearly wandered off into that thing. That big, open, just wandering around. No right or wrong directions. No path to follow. You can just go in any... Oh, thank heavens we avoided it.
There's gotta be a way out.
We're out of the woods now, Stanley.
Climb the tree.
I'm going to get us out of here. Let's find another game. Preferably something with walls. Something with nice, big, insurmountable walls. Okay, I think this will be just the thing.
Attack on Titan.
Not a game.
Yeah, but what if it just...
What?
What?
It's Rocket League!
This is exactly what I had in mind. Just a nice big box for you to run around in. There isn't any possibility that you could get lost here. Now this is
Does it
game
say Rocket
design.
League on the thing, on the
Stanley,
wall?
if you manage to get lost in this
Yep,
game, I
very
will be
clearly.
phenomenally
Wow,
impressed.
that's awesome. Then what does the banner say? Look, Rocket League and turn left. This is your closer.
Okay, so what exactly do we do here? Let's see.
And
There are lots of cars here in the back, but obviously there's no racetrack. Okay, I'm seeing that there's a ball of some kind back here. Is this game sports ball? Stanley, I think it's sports ball. Oh, what fun. We shall run the bases and do a
Spiegly.
touchdown together. Yes, I think surely we must.
time to slam.
Okay, Stanley,
Push
here's the ball.
Spiegly.
Have fun.
Alright, here we go.
Go get the ball.
Oh, I can move fast now.
Can you boost?
No.
Can you jump? Oh, you move fast?
I move
Go
fast.
score.
Here we go. It's time for the sports ball. Sports ball. Man, this guy's better than I am in
This
sports
is
in
so
real
sick.
life.
There's no way you missed that, right? Okay.
Of course not. No.
Are you doing it? Hold on. What are you doing?
Wonder what happens if I didn't jump down. Oh. Well,
Stanley, don't do that. I can't follow you there. I can't help you.
just
How
stayed
will
in
you
the
write
game.
a story without me? You can't do it. You know that.
It's another hole. Did not see that coming.
This must be the mod to whatever. I think Stanley's because Stanley's Spread was like originally a mod for something.
Was it?
That's what that review made it sound like.
Maybe. It's a maze. Look at this
I mean,
gameplay.
like, she sunset on the beach.
Okay, I am actually kind of lost.
What light?
There we go. Guiding beacon.
Follow the light.
The thing every game needs. Clear direction. Is this where I came from? Doesn't look like where I came from, but nonetheless, it doesn't look like
Oh, that's no.
that is not how that works.
Yeah.
I wonder what he found. If what he wanted was to be the leading man in his own story, well, perhaps he's gotten it. Down in wherever he is right now. I wonder if he's happy with his choice, and if he's learned the heavy cost that comes with it. He'll understand soon what I was trying to tell him. He needs me. Someone who will wrap everything up at the end, to make sense out of the chaos and the fear and the confusion. That's who I am. That is what I mean to this world. Oh, yes. Yes, I'll be back. There's no other way. Once this ends, after it all comes to a close, then I'll be back. The end will be here soon. Very soon.
I always come
I
back.
can wait.
All right. Take us to the end, hopefully. And watch this, there's actually nothing in the meeting room. And then
Oh, there's not going to be anything.
Yep.
I doubt it's going to be a bunch of things like, told you guys there was nothing there.
Yeah.
I mean, like, she.
Stanley, I'm sorry, but I have to put a pause on things. It's those figurines.
Ah.
Those figures. I haven't stopped thinking about them since you nabbed every last one.
That's trippy.
Wasn't it just the most intrinsically fulfilling moment of your entire life? Didn't it fill you to the brim with inner richness? Yes, I know we're supposed to be telling a story, but won't you please indulge me with one more trip back to the memory zone? I would love nothing more than to revisit the figurines. Just one more time.
Back we go.
Now remembering when Stanley found the collectibles. Stiggly Figglies.
Looks like not much has changed since we first been here.
Here's where it all began. The
eerie
first
room.
collectible. Back then, we had no idea of how many of them we'd find. Sure, it said 6 right there on the screen, but how could we know for certain?
Oh, true. Wait, what's to your
We
right?
were so
go there.
innocent. We'll never be like that again, Stanley.
7 out of 6.
I don't know how I feel about this. Wait. Okay.
And
Oh, we're
here
gonna collect them
was
all
a
again.
second Stanlerine. You found this one all on your own, just by poking around in the warehouse. You did that, Stanley. I'll be honest. Back then, I had no faith in you to find any of them, let alone 6. But you continue to surprise me in all sorts of mundane, unremarkable ways.
I wonder if it's gonna go in the order we actually collected them in.
Okay, let's do a little quiz.
Ooh.
Which of these rooms was the room
It is
you
keeping
found
track.
your third mini Stan? Can you remember?
Right?
Yep. Interesting.
Hey, that's exactly right. It was here, under the stairs.
She means
It
grab
was
it.
the
He'll keep
third
talking.
one. You picked it up, and then after that, you had 3 of them. I'm glad these moments are so crystal clear in your memory, but I shouldn't be surprised. After all, science tells us that it's impossible to forget your third time doing anything.
I love how the sequel is now positive. Still the Stanley Parable 2.
I think it's always I think it's the Stanley
Yeah.
Parable 2 now. The bucket, twice as many endings.
Let's see, what came next?
What the?
Oh yes, we found a Figley in this pink room. Oh well, I can't actually say I remember being in this room, but it's here in the memory zone, so it must have happened.
Okay.
Must have happened. I see nothing wrong with this.
Yeah.
This was the 5th mini Stan, and this one was really something special. It was behind the boss's office. I remember it so clearly. In fact, because this one is particularly special to me, I made a little video to commemorate the occasion.
Wow.
Enjoy.
Nice MV.
Well, we went up to the box's office, it's a mini stand. Picked it up and added it to the collection, man. Mini stand, yeah, he's looking so clean. He's a plastic machine. He be looking real mean. It was the 5th one we collected so far. Only one to go.
Classic 2008 slideshow. Best boy.
Takes you back, doesn't it? I spent a lot of time making that video, but it was 8 minutes I wouldn't have spent on anything else.
Truly, it reminds me back in the old days of YouTube.
Back when that Cosmos was just a young content creator.
Back when I didn't exist. Oh, here we go. The 6th one that took so
And
many
then, Stanley, then we came to
years
the
to
last
find.
collectible, the final figurine, right here by the red and blue doors. This memory is the most distinct and clear in my mind, perhaps because it was the one that happened more recently than all the others. Who can truly say how the mind works? All I know is that this is the moment where you picked up a Figley and I thought to myself, yes, that's all of them. They're all collected. It was a moment unlike any other. Except for the other moments picking up figurines, which it was exactly like.
Oh, the choice.
Maybe a
And
TDA?
then there was no more. Because we've caught up to the present moment. Nothing left to do but move onward into the future. Goodbye, memory zone.
To the future. Is that it?
No, I'm
Whoa.
not done. I'm not ready to move on.
We're not finished yet.
Stop the loading screen. Isn't there some way we can stay here, keep enjoying these figurines? Let's just go backwards.
Ooh.
We'll do the memory zone again from the opposite direction. See how that feels.
Collect 18 of them.
Okay, yes, the room with the red and blue doors. I remember this. I must say, of all the figurines we looked at in our initial tour of the memory zone, this one is the most distinct and clear in my mind. Let's keep going, I want more.
Maybe the pink room's gonna be more messed up again now.
Yeah.
Maybe we
And
get another
here's
music
where
video.
I made that video. Don't you remember the video we watched? Yes, I love that video.
Love it. It's the
Oh,
best.
What a classic. Don't you love it, Stanley? Oh, fucking
Still
pink
don't
room.
remember the pink room, Stanley. Still no memory of this one. Good room, though. A solid room.
Solid. Should have had more pink room in the main game.
Yep.
These really were a treat to hunt down. You know, if there had been any kind of reward for finding all of these, it really would have muted the intrinsic joy of collecting them. I'm very glad we resisted the temptation. Next one.
Give me dog mode back.
Oh, I'm so glad we don't have dog mode anymore. Why doesn't it go the other direction? Just the dead ends.
This was our second Figley. Don't you remember? Yes, I remember it too. The past is truly a wonderful thing. Why does anyone ever choose to leave it? Keep going.
He's the want to stay stuck in the past kind of guy. The classic anime antagonist.
This is it. The very first one we found in the exhibit where I introduced you to the figurines. Oh, I want more memories, Stanley. I want to keep going. What else is there? What came before this?
Ah, yes. All the way back to the Stanley Parable 2. It's reverting us. It's taking
Look,
us back
it's
to
the
Stanley
terrible
Parable
new
1.
content that we were originally sold on. I remember hating it back then, but time does put a rosy filter on everything. In fact, I dare say I'm actually quite fond. Oh, yes, the two doors. Who could have forgotten that? A classic memory, this one. And before everything else, there was your
Back to the
office.
beginning.
Is there anything else? Was there something that came before your office? There's something I feel I can remember. I can remember.
A cutscene.
Yes, I'm remembering something now. I remember before this whole story got started. Back then I was different. I used to make big decisions. I was passionate. I was skeptical. I weighed each decision with profound thoughtfulness. And then somewhere along the way, I stopped making decisions. I became lazy. And I came up with a character named Stanley to do my thinking for me. He would make the decisions. He would decide which way to go. I would cheer him on as he collected figurines for no reason. Why did I invent Stanley? Was I lonely? Yes, perhaps that's it. Perhaps I needed to imagine I had companionship. And Stanley really did make for a wonderful companion, even if he was a fiction. But I suppose it's grown old. I want to think for myself again. I want to go back to how it used to be. Yes, I can be on my own again. I can do it. I'll be stronger this time. I'll take care of myself. I don't need Stanley anymore. Oh, but he truly was so much fun to play with. You know what? Since we're in the memory zone, how about one more good memory? Let's go back
Stanley's
just
Parable.
once and give Stanley one more run of the office, and then I'll retire him for good. I did enjoy telling his story so very much. Okay, here we go. This is the story of a man named Stanley.
Now, is something gonna happen after you do one more run?
Wait, Stanley thought to himself. Am I sure that the orders stopped coming
Alright, well,
in?
let me do
How
one
is that
quick
possible?
ending, and that's just
They
sit there,
never
it's fine.
stopped. Surely I was mistaken.
Oh, catch your phone.
No, but Stanley simply couldn't handle the pressure.
We'll do the
What if
shortest
he had
ending.
to make a decision? What if a crucial outcome fell under his responsibility? He had never been trained for that. No. This couldn't go anywhere except badly. The thing to do now, Stanley thought to
I think
himself,
it closes
is
itself
to
though if you
wait.
leave the room.
Nothing will hurt me. Nothing will break me. In here I can be happy forever. I will be happy. Stanley waited. Hours passed, then days. Had years gone by? He no longer had the ability to tell. But the one thing he knew for sure, beyond any doubt, was that if he waited long enough, the answers would come. Eventually, someday, they would arrive. Soon, very soon now, this will end. He will be spoken to. He will be told what to do. Now it's just a little bit closer. Now it's even closer. Here it comes.
Wait, leave that.
Nope, it's just...
Alright, so we're gonna go and end the stream then. Finally finished Stanley Parable 2!
I don't think it's finished.
We finished Stanley Parable 2!
Wow.
At the very least, it's probably gonna be... this is probably the only stream I'll do of it.
Greedy Thomas for content.
Yep. I've already played the game once. If I play any more, it'll probably be on my own time.
Shout out to Hannah, the true fan.
Yep. Played around longer than the mod.
Some mod you have there.
Yeah. Anyway, thank you all for watching.
You can find me at X Steel Slayer on Twitch.
You gotta say it right. Twitch.tv//XSteelSlayer. Come on. Anyway, thank you all for watching. And hopefully we'll see you in the next stream. Whatever that is. It's gonna be Elden Ring. I swear. No, it probably won't be. Oh, wait.
Awkward when you do your outro, but don't end the stream right away. Oh boy.